I have with me Drew Berryhill, number 85, 6'4", 265, tight end
Sir.
for the Skyhawks. And a little bit about you. Where are you from, and how'd you get to Fort Lewis?
I'm from Tucson, Arizona, and I was working out at Costco in Tucson, and I guess my name came up with some of the junior college coaches out there when the Fort Lewis guys were recruiting out there.
And what junior college did you play at, and what position? Were you tight end there also?
Yeah, it was Eastern Arizona College, and I played tight end there as well.
Okay. And Coach Smith came into Costco and started talking to you, and he recruited you?
Actually, it was the receivers coach, Coach Micah Smith, who recruited me, and then actually Coach Smith did come out and visit me out there as well, so that meant a lot to me.
And so how many years of eligibility do you have?
I believe this is my last one.
Last year of eligibility?
Yes, sir.
And how's it going? What's your impression of Durango so far?
Oh, I love Durango so far. It's beautiful out here. It's real laid back and relaxed, and not a lot of stress. I'm able to just focus on school and football out here.
And so you're an exercise science major, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's right.
And then what do you plan on doing with that after you graduate?
Well, after I graduate, I hope to play at the highest level, obviously like the NFL, but I don't know, maybe physical therapist or something along like those lines.
Okay.
I haven't really give too much consideration.
And so one question I have, I'm watching you, and you're a very big man. And I see you catch the ball, and you're running down the field, and these little teeny cornerbacks are trying to tackle you. And what's going through your mind when you see those little guys trying to bring a big guy like you down?
Well, to be honest with you, a lot of times, like I don't see them until, they're right on me. So I'm either going to try to outrun them or run them over or do whatever it takes. But my main goal is when I get the ball is just get downfield and try to score every time I touch it.
You had a big touchdown last week.
I had a couple.
Outran the linebacker, I think, downfield.
Yeah.
Actually pulled away from him.
Yeah, it felt good.
All right, so what are your goals for this year?
My goal is just to keep getting better, keep working on my technique. Before here, like I said, I was off for 2 years out of football. So I'm really working on getting my technique back, getting my footwork back, and just improving as a player and helping my team the best way I can.
A big game today. You play Colorado Mesa University,
Right.
and it's homecoming. Does that mean anything special for you?
Well, it's just another game. Take it one day at a time. Can't look ahead to the game after this one. Just focusing on them and doing everything we can to beat them, protect our home.
All right. Well, that's Drew Berryhill, and watch him this Saturday for homecoming, number 85. Best of luck.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate
stay healthy.
it. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, this is Rick O'Block with IDTV. I have with me Coach Smith. And Coach, real quick about last week. A little bit of a struggle, and it seemed like the offense just couldn't contain the pressure that was presented by Colorado School of Mines.
Definitely offensively, we did not handle it well. And they brought a lot of pressure, and then once they had success with that pressure, they continued to bring the pressure. But overall, as a team, not just offensively, defensively, I spoke with our guys, and I felt like it was actually the first game that we didn't play with the abandon and the effort that we really need to play with. That was the most disheartening thing for me. Not necessarily how the offense played or the defense played. It was just the amount of effort that we played the game with, because we hadn't played that poorly before, or with that little amount of effort before. So that was something that we addressed and have addressed this week, and we want to make sure we get that corrected.
What do you attribute that to? Was it the long bus ride? Was it just...
I don't know, and I spoke to our team about that. Is it at the breakdown, the bus broke down, and we have to sit there for a couple extra hours, and we don't get to go out and do our normal workout to try to get the bus out of us? I said, we can attribute it to anything you want. We can use all of these excuses that you want, but the only excuse is you have to look internally and say, I'm going to play with better effort. And as a football team, if we'll do that, then we'll be okay.
Drew Berryhill had a big game,
Big
though.
game.
And he played really well, had some great catches, 2 touchdowns. And so that had to be a bright spot for you.
It was very bright, and again, good to go to him. We've tried to design more because he's a big target, and it's a lot easier as a quarterback throwing to a big target than it is a little target, without a doubt. So that part was good, and then what he does with the ball afterwards is exceptional because he's a big guy that can run, and he'll run over guys and he'll run away from guys. So it was good to see him get involved more. We need to involve him more in the passing game. Also, Drew, as I keep kicking him in the tail about working more on his blocking and becoming a better blocker and things like that. But he can really get out on the field, catch the ball, and do things after he catches the ball. Just the other things we have to work on.
And he has soft hands. I mean, he was catching some tough passes.
Yeah, he's got great hands.
And speed for a big guy.
Big guy, you know, he's very athletic. And, you know, he can dunk a basketball any way you want. And so he does a lot of good things.
So let's talk about this week. It's homecoming. So far, one of your goals, I know when we talked earlier, was being undefeated at home.
Right.
2-0 so far. Homecoming, obviously, going to be a big crowd. How important is this game to the team and the psyche after what happened last week?
Well, again, it's vital that we rebound, you know, and that's the first thing I talked to the team about when we got back is how vital it is to make sure we protect our house, how vital it is to make sure that we go undefeated at home. And this is a football team that we can beat, and it is homecoming and all of the above. I mean, there's a lot of importance on this. Biggest thing is for us to just make sure that we don't get involved, and I've told our football team, you don't get involved in homecoming activities. The only activity you're involved in is this football game and winning this football game, and then afterwards we'll go out and celebrate. But it's crucial that we get a good win.
And is there anything significant or any significant changes you have to make this week to attack them to win the game?
Well, they do a lot of different things. I mean, they stand guys up and move them all over. They're moving all the time. So again, we've gone back and tried to reteach, almost like day one, reteach our rules and make sure that we follow our rules. And regardless of what the play is, if you know the rule, you'll end up blocking the right guy. So don't let them confuse you with all the movement, the things they're going to do, because it's all window dressing. So make sure that you follow your rules. Block, if there's a guy in your gap, block the guy in your gap. And it's pretty simple. So we've gone back and tried to simplify and make things much easier and much more basic for our offensive front.
Any significant injuries this week that you see or that you know of that'll keep somebody out?
Well, as of right now, Amir Diggs would be the one that is not going to be able to play. And of course, Doyle, who's not been able to play for the last couple weeks. So I think Amir is basically it at this point, as far as I know.
Well, Coach, best of luck on homecoming. And I think we're going to come away with a victory this week. I feel confident.
Good.
So,
me too.
Thanks for coming in, and best of luck.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it.
This is Rick O'Block with IDTV.
Welcome back. Excellent interview with Rick O'Block and head coach John Al Smith. The kick went into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback, so it's going to be first down and 10 from the 25 for the Mavericks. They come in with maroon helmets, gold on top of their shoulder pads with the white jersey, gold pants, an accent in gold as well. And Fort Lewis in their Vegas gold helmets, navy blue top and bottoms. Quick pass out to number 11. That's complete to Lanequist. He is one of their best receivers, Rick, and that brings up second down and 5.
He is. That was just a little screen pass, a little short pass off to the far side of the field. Nice pickup, about 5 yards. And we said this in a pregame. Colorado Mesa is primarily a running team, so to start off with a pass is a little bit unusual for them. I don't anticipate that to continue through the day.
Kaiser, 3-step drop. He's going to throw it out to his running back. That's number 32 with a nice jump move to avoid a tackle, and that's going to bring up a short third down for the Mavericks.
I think they're going to give him the first down. That was a pretty generous spot.
It really was.
They're barely got 10 yards in that. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 35-yard line, and talking with the coaches today before the game, they all felt very well prepared. The players feel prepared, and they think they're going to bring it to them today for a victory.
So the running back Simolino gets the first down. There's a fake handoff to Simolino, thrown intended for the tight end number 45, and he caught it and dropped it. That's Drew Holder. Great, excellent play on the defensive side for Fort Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, Matthew Morrow did a great job there. He's playing safety and tight end release, and he came down the middle of the field, and number 14 for Fort Lewis, Matthew Morrow, broke that play up. That was a great play by him. Brings up second down and long.
Two tight ends sent to the far side of the field. There's a snap. Handoff to number 32, the running back. And he's going to gain 6 yards, so it brings up a short, manageable third down for the Mavericks, 3rd down and 4.
Well, that's Jake Simolito, and he's their key to the game today. He's 3rd in the RMAC in rushing, and that was one of the keys when we spoke pregame, was stopping the run today, and he's the key to do that.
Fake handoff to Simolino. The quarterback rolls out. Then he's going to find Simolino to the far part of the field all alone. Again, he has a nice jump over the defender for Fort Lewis to miss the tackle, and he picks up the first down and about 26 yards. So that'll move the chains. 1st down and 10 from the 33-yard line.
That was obviously missed coverage, and what happened is that Simolito just sort of moseyed out to the far side of the field, and nobody was on him. The quarterback rolled out to the opposite side and threw a pass to him for a big gainer.
Low snap to the quarterback. He finds 83 wide open, and that's going to be a touchdown. Number 83, Nate Neville, wide open, just running the seam pattern right up the middle, Rick. Nobody picks him up, and the Colorado Mesa Mavericks strike first.
They do, and I believe that number 12, Terry Perkins for Fort Lewis, was responsible for that coverage. And boy, that was a quick start to a very impressive drive, opening drive for Colorado Mesa University as they go up 6-0, 12:58 in the first quarter.
Tanner Donahue for the extra point try. It's up. Looked kind of wide, but it goes right through. 7-0 is your score. 12:58 left in the first quarter. And we'll be back on Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango. Seven to 0 is your score. Colorado Mesa strikes first on a seam pass. Pat completed to number 83, Neville. That was about a 32-yard touchdown pass, and now the Mavericks will kick off deep for Lewis, and the first time deep for the Skyhawks is number 23, the tight end, Jordan Van Vliet.
Well, we interviewed him earlier in the year, a nice kid from Paonia, Colorado, and hopefully he'll be able to break a return here and get some good starting field position for Fort Lewis. It's going to be returnable for sure.
Van Vliet will catch it around the 10, 15, 20. And he's brought down immediately, so we'll take another break. Be right back with Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
The Coca-Cola concession wagon is located behind the west stands of Ray Dennison Memorial Field. Soft drinks, hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, and other snacks are available, with proceeds benefiting the Fort Lewis College Women's Lacrosse Team.
Shotgun formation for the Skyhawks. Handoff to number 3, that's Amory Duncan. And he's going to get barely back to the line of scrimmage, so that brings up a 2nd down and 10.
Well, no yardage on that one, and we talked about this at the beginning of the game. Fort Lewis has got to establish a running game today, and we haven't really seen it for a few weeks when DeJuan Wesley had that big breakout game, and Number 3 for Fort Lewis, Amory Duncan, picked up very little of anything at all in that last handoff.
There's a snap rollout for Baez. He's got pressure, and he's going to get hammered for a loss of close to 7, maybe 8. And he did not stand a chance on that play, Rick, as he rolled out, planted his feet, and then he got hit.
Well, number 67 for Fort Lewis, the left guard, left tackle, just missed his assignment there, and that's Evan Wagstrom, and didn't give the quarterback any time at all to throw that ball. And we're in a 3rd and long now, 3rd and 16 on the Fort Lewis 16-yard line.
7-0 is a score. Colorado Mesa leads the game. There's a snap, 3-step drop, looking in the middle. The pass was intended for number 19, Nova Hardy, throwing too far out of his reach, and that's going to be 3 and out. Brings up 4th down and long, and out comes the punt team. And deep to return this kick is number 14. That's Austin Rodriguez for the Mavericks.
Well, he had the receiver across the field, Nova Hardy, and that would have picked up a 1st down. He was open, probably ahead of the defensive back by a couple of yards, and that would have been a big gainer had he been able to connect on that pass. Unfortunately, just led him a little too much. It's going to bring 4th down and 16, and we're going to have to punt over to Colorado Mesa University.
Scotty Gallardo, the punter for the Skyhawks. Nice snap, punt is away. It's going to bounce around the 40, crossing the 35 to the 30, the 25 and 20. And he's just going to let the ball continue to roll. What a great punt that was. And that pins Colorado Mesa deep around the 12-yard line. 1st down and 10, and we'll be right back on Sports Stop 930 AM ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango. Welcome back. Correction. 1st down and 10 from the 8. There was a handoff to number 38. That's Jerron Dennis, and he's going to pick up 3 yards, so it brings up 2nd down and 7. Shotgun formation for Kaiser. He's going to look over the defense, see something he doesn't like, so he's going to audible out of the last play. In the backfield with him is number 32, Jake Simolino. Fake handoff to Simolino. Thrown out, completed to number 80. He's going to cut across the field, and it looks like he may have a 1st down. It's going to be close. That was Blaine Jackson. Let's see where the head lineman marks him out. They're going to mark him short of the 1st down, Rick, so 3rd down and 2.
That's the same play they ran earlier where they just sort of fake a play to the right side and throw it across field to the receiver behind a couple of blockers, and again picks up a good gain, and we have 3rd down about 2. This is a big play for Fort Lewis. Look for them to run the ball on this play.
There's a snap, handoff to Simolino. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. He's got a number of Skyhawks that he's dragging further across the field, and he picks up 7 yards. That'll move the chains. 1st down and 10 from the 26.
Well, Simolino, we mentioned this. He's their stud, and number 3 in RMAC in rushing, and they've got to control him today because he is a load and a very good athlete.
Number 80, Jackson, goes in motion. Handoff to Simolino to the bottom part of the field. He's going to cut right across on the hash marks forward, and he picks up 6 yards. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Mavericks from the 32-yard line.
Well, he's a patient runner. You could see on that play as he got the ball from the quarterback and selectively picked his hole between the guard and the center and waited for the hole to open up and picked up a good gain of 6 on that play.
7-0 is a score. Colorado Mesa leads this game. Handoff to Simolino. He's going to try to turn the corner. Cannot. And it looked like Fort Lewis might have got away with a face mask there, Rick. He grabbed it and let it go. Nonetheless, he's going to gain 1 yard, so it brings up 3rd down and 3, and this is a big stop for Fort Lewis coming up, Rick.
It is, and Dakota Kay, who's a cornerback, did a good job of breaking towards the line of scrimmage, holding their running back, Simolito, to no gain. So you're right, Albert. This is a big down for them, 3rd down and 4. If they can stop him here, you're going to get the ball back in pretty good field position.
Kaiser, the quarterback, calls for the ball. Fake handoff to his running back, and it looks like he's got enough for the first down as he dumped it off to his tight end, number 45. That's Holder, and that'll be a first down and 10 from the 39.
He did a good job. He just went down about 5 yards, just enough to get the first down, sort of sat in the pattern, and the quarterback faked the handoff and threw it to the tight end for a first down. We have first down from the 39-yard line of Colorado Mesa.
There's going to be a handoff to the running back, Simolino, and he's going to pick up 5. And that'll bring up second down at 5, and that goes to your point, or your 3 keys to winning this game, Rick. They've got to stop the run, and they haven't been able to do such up to this point.
Well, and they're running the ball between the tackles, and that's one of those things that this has been the strength of Fort Lewis, is trying to stop that run up the middle, and so far they haven't been able to figure it out quite yet.
7-0 is the score. Colorado Mesa leads this game. We're in the first quarter, 8:20 on the clock. There's a quick throw-out pass completed to number 8. He's got some room as he was waiting patiently for number 83. That was Neville, came out to make a block. Completed to number 8, that's Jude, and he goes off hobbling, but he picked up the first down and more.
Well, it's a bubble screen to the Fort Lewis side of the field as Mesa University is going from the north to the south, and good gain, good play. They've run that about 3 or 4 times now.
Kaiser gives a hard count, seeing if he can draw the defense of Fort Lewis off sides. It doesn't work, so he asks for his running back, Simolino, to move to the left side of him. This is going to be an option read. And nice play by the defense as he took a big hit from number 45. That was Alvarez, and of course we come to expect that from him, Rick.
Well, we interviewed him a couple of weeks ago. He's a senior and very smart kid. He's majoring in business economics and wants to go to the city to be a broker, but good play on that, great penetration, took him for a 4-yard loss, and that was really good defense by Fort Lewis. I don't think they'll be running the option very often today based on that play.
The Mavericks moving from left to right. That's from the left side of your radio to the right side. Shotgun formation. That's a delay handoff to Simolino. Nice play call because he's still on his feet and moving closer to the first down, and he picks up, it was second down and 13. It's going to be third down and 1. He picks up 12.
Well, he keeps his legs moving and strong, big thighs, and it's going to be hard to bring him down. Again, third down, about a yard and a half or 2 yards, and Fort Lewis can stop him here. We'll see if they would punt or try and go for it on fourth down. With a running back like Simolito, you would think that they would go ahead and try and go for it given the field position.
Number 38, Jerron Dennison checks in the backfield. There's a handoff to Dennison. Now it's faked as the quarterback Kaiser keeps it himself, and he picks up 3 yards, and that is just enough for a first down. They're going to mark the ball short of the 30, right on the 31-yard line. So first down and 10 from there. 7-0 is your score. And Colorado Mesa controlling the clock, Rick.
Well, 6:30 in the first quarter, and Fort Lewis has only had the ball for 3 plays, and that's for a negative 8 yards. And Colorado Mesa does a good job. That should be a penalty on that play for motion.
Deep throw, he's open. He just underthrew it, did Kaiser. The pass was intended for number 11, Lindquist. And I'm with you, Rick. The tight end on the far side of the field, he was still moving when the ball was snapped, and they did not throw the flag. So it brings up second down and 10.
Oh, that was interesting because clearly number 45, Drew Holder for Colorado Mesa, was just getting into his three-point stance when the ball was snapped. That should have been a penalty. Regardless, doesn't matter. It's second down and 10. That was a good defensive play by Fort Lewis to not allow a touchdown.
There's a snap, handoff right behind the guard as the running back number 38, Dennison, moves forward and dives forward. He's going to pick up 3, so it brings up third down and 7. And again, we've been here previously, Rick, a big third down for the Skyhawks.
Big third down. We need to stop them here, and they have 2 good running backs, number 38, Jerron Dennis, and of course, Simolito. And, you know, when you have double threats like that, Simolito comes out of the game, so obvious passing situation with 2 wide receivers on both sides of the field, but this will be a big stop if they can get it.
Kaiser shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side of the field. There's a snap, 3-step drop. He's got pressure. He plants his foot, fires to 83. Nice cutback from him. And that was a big play for the Mavericks, as that was completed to Nate Neville, who's been all everything up to this point for this offense and the Mavericks. And we're going to have first down and 10 from the 11-yard line.
Well, that was a missed tackle by number 43 for Fort Lewis, Dakota K. And he had already gotten the first down, and then missed the tackle, got about another 6 or 7 yards. And they're moving the ball again. They're on the 11-yard line, first down for Colorado Mesa University.
Kaiser, the quarterback, missed last game as that handoff went to Dennison. He's trying to turn the corner. He cannot. Number 2 for Fort Lewis, that's the cornerback. Campbell comes in and cuts his feet out from underneath Dennison, not after he picks up 2 yards. So it's going to bring up second down and 8.
Yeah, just a simple handoff to the right side of the line. He breaks it around the corner. Good block by their right guard, Seth Ramsey, number 78, and sealed the corner off and was able to pick up a couple yards there.
2 tight ends set to each side of the field. 2 receivers split to the far side. Running back in the backfield with Kaiser, that's Similino. There's a snap, rolling out does Kaiser. He's looking to the corner, he's got pressure, and he just throws it up. And that should be intercepted, but I've got a feeling, Rick, they're going to call defensive pass interference on Fort Lewis on number 20. That's Josh Roybal.
I think what they're going to do is call holding or illegal contact before the ball was thrown. And you know, both players were out there sort of hand checking each other, and they're going to call that against Fort Lewis. But that would have been a pick in the end zone. That would have been a huge turnover for Fort Lewis.
So that will give Colorado Mesa new life and a new set of downs. First down and goal from the 5-yard line. And the Mavericks knocking on the door of the end zone yet again. They lead this game 7-0. Similino, the running back, in the backfield with Kaiser. There's a handoff right up the middle, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado Mesa yet again, and a handoff to the big running back, Jake Similino. And you said it earlier, Rick, you got to keep your eye on him because he is their star player.
He is. He's a junior, so he's got another year left, and 5'11", 200 pounds from Fort Bragg, California. And you can see why. He's number 3 in the league in rushing. He's probably going to increase that today if they don't figure out a way to stop him from this point forward. Go down 14-0, 4:28 in the first quarter is pretty insurmountable, but we'll see what they can do. And it's early, but you know, they got to get some offense this next series.
That kick is good. 14-0 is a score. Colorado Mesa lead this game, and we'll take a break and be right back on Sports Stop 930 AM ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango. (14-0) is a score. Number 39 to kick off for the Mavericks. That's Tanner Donahue. Deep for the Skyhawks is Van Vliet. This will be returned. Van Vliet catches that at the 10. He crosses the 15, 20, right through the middle of the field. He dives forward at the 25. They may mark him short at the 24. First down and 10 for the Skyhawks, Rick, and they've really got to get something going. Their last possession, they only had the ball for 3 plays, as you said, 4 if you include the punt, and we're already at 4:24 in the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, 3 plays and out, and that was for a negative 12 yards. And Max Baez has got to figure out something here. You know, he had that great game the first game, and he struggled the second too. And this is a point where they need to get some points on the board. Number 16, Colby Dixon, is at running back for Fort Lewis.
3 receivers to the near side of the field. Snap to Baez. He's going to throw out to his running back, number 16. That's DeJuan Wesley. And the Mavericks had that sniffed out. They may have lost a yard close to at least the original line of scrimmage. Second down and 10.
Oh, that play was set up beautiful, and I misspoke. It was DeJuan Wesley in the game for Fort Lewis. But the tight end, Drew Berryhill, had a chance to make a big block to get that play downfield and miss that block. And second down and 10, but that was a play that could have gone for a big gainer there, and now we're second and long.
Maurice Anderson, Barry Hill split to the top. Holton, Bodie to bottom. There's going to be a sack. The ball's on the ground. And everybody diving around for it. And thank goodness Fort Lewis's lineman was right there. Unfortunately, the guy who recovered the football, Rick, was the guy that got beat from the defender that got the sack.
Well, number 66 for Fort Lewis did get beat on that play. That's Kenny Shinley. He's a redshirt freshman from Arvada, Pomona High School, who always has a really good program. I grew up in that area, and that's unfortunate. Here we are, 3rd and 18. And last time we were 3rd and 16. This is a big play for them.
There's a snap, 3-step drop. He's got pressure. He's able to swing it out to his running back, Wesley, for not a whole lot of yardage. Maybe 4 yards, and out comes the punt team yet again for Fort Lewis. And deep to return this punt for the Mavericks is number 14, Austin Rodriguez.
Well, they've had a drive of 88 yards. 82 yards, and again a drive of 75 yards. Fort Lewis has got to do something to stop them this time on defense. The offense is struggling yet again with Max at the quarterback position, and here's the punt.
It was almost blocked, but Gallardo able to get it away, and another great punt as that rolls out right around the 16-yard line. So we'll be right back. When we come back, it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Mavericks on Sports Stop 930 AM ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango. Welcome back. 1st down and 10 for the Mavericks. It's a screenplay thrown out to number 38, Jerron Dennison. As it stands, he picked up 8 yards, but there's a penalty out on the field, so we'll see what happened there. Rick can explain that to you in a moment. I want to let you know, filming of today's game is brought to you by the Inside Durango TV, the Skyhawks official sports channel. Watch today's game and other Skyhawk games on your local cable channel 15 on Sunday, as well as Tuesday and Thursday evening.
Well, they had a holding call, and that happens every once in a while when you get a pass out of the wing like that on a screen pass. One of the linemen will try and hold somebody who's going in for the tackle, and that's exactly what happened. That's a half of the distance to the goal penalty. They're going to be first down and 18 on the 10-yard line for Colorado Mesa.
There's a snap, quick throw out completed to number 80, Blaine Jackson. And Blaine Jackson has been busy himself today as well, Rick. He's had 3 catches on the day. And he gets a small gain of 2, so that brings up 2nd down and 15.
That's probably at least the 4th or 5th screen pass that they've run, where they'll just throw it out on the wing and put a couple of guys out in front to block and see how much yardage they can pick up. That was a good play, though, by Jake Faust, number 25 for Fort Lewis. Got 2nd down and 15 on the 13-yard line.
2 receivers split to each side. Number 38, Dennison in the backfield. He releases out. Now Kaiser is going to scramble around. Nobody open. We got a penalty on the field. Should be a holding. And Kaiser's just going to run it out of bounds. As it stands right now, that'll be a gain of 1. But let's see what the penalty is. Rick, if we've got a holding, do you think they will take it or they will decline it and bring up 3rd down?
Oh, I'm sure they're going to take this penalty. I mean, it's going to be, again, half the distance. That would put them back on around the 6-yard line, 6.5-yard line, and 2nd down again. But, that was really close to being in the end zone. And if there is a penalty in the end zone on the offensive team, then that's a safety for the defense. That would have been a huge play. Unfortunately, it was out on the 2-yard line, but we'll see what they do here. Personally, I would take it, pin them back a little further, but I think they're going to decline it.
I'd like to remind you can listen to us on the World Wide Web at www.radiodurango.com. You can also log on to what'shappeningdurango.com and purchase any tickets for any sports for Fort Lewis College. 14-0 is the score. We're still in the first quarter, 1:19 left on the clock. They decline the penalty, 3rd down and 15. They have got to come up with a stop here. Look for them to go into the air as they have 2 receivers split to each side of the field. There's a snap for Kaiser. He drops back, steps up into the pocket. Incomplete as he throws that football short. It was intended for Blaine Jackson, number 80, Rick, and he threw it about 2 yards too short.
Well, good job on the defensive side of the ball for Fort Lewis. They're keeping the ball in front. All the receivers were actually behind the line to gain, so even if they would have caught that ball, it's poorly thrown, still wouldn't have given them a first down. So good job for Fort Lewis, and we're going to have a good field position here. We have number 2 for Fort Lewis, Jamal Campbell, and number 22, Thaddeus Brown, both back to receive this kick.
I'd like to thank Coca-Cola of Durango, Durango Orthopedic Associates, Mercy Regional Medical Center, and Bank of Colorado for your support of Fort Lewis football. That is caught, hit immediately, is the return man, number 22 for Thaddeus Brown for the Fort Lewis Skyhawks. So 1st down and 10 from the 45, and Rick, a few more people we like to say thank you to for making this happen.
Well, we'd like to say thank you to CJ's Diner, Durango Silverton Narrow Gauge, Durango Motor Company, Moorhart Murphy Regional Auto Center, Inside Durango TV, First National Bank of Durango, Durango Herald, Holiday Inn and Suites, Irish Embassy Pub. You want to go down and get a Guinness, they have great Guinness down there, A&L Coors, and Alpine Bank.
Anderson split to the top part of the field, handed off to number 3, Amory Duncan. They're going to lose 2 yards on the play, so 2nd down and 12 from the 43-yard line. Also like to remind you, Skyhawks pre-recorded games can be viewed anytime on DurangoTV.com and on cable channel 15 all day Sunday, as well as Tuesday and Thursday evenings during the Skyhawks fall and winter sports.
We'd also like to thank Bank of the San Juans, Best Western Rio Grande Inn, Blimpies, and Comfort Inn.
Baez in shotgun formation. He's got his running back, Amory Duncan, lined up behind him. Number 19, Hardy, split to the bottom. Number 4, Anderson to the top. Fake handoff, steps up in the pocket. He's pressured, and he's going to be brought down. And really, he had an opportunity to throw that football away, Rick. Instead, he decides to tuck it down and step up. And he's going to go down with a sack, and they're going to lose 4 yards on the play, so it brings up 3rd down and long.
I don't know what Coach Smith said to him, but he said something after that. It looks like that's the end of the first quarter. Fort Lewis is down 14-0 to Colorado Mesa University.
We'll be right back on Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
Bring your game program to the Prex Box to redeem your prize. start of the second quarter is brought to you by the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. On the field to play for the Skyhawks. Rodriguez back to return for the Mavericks.
Welcome back, as that was a third down handoff to the running back Amory Duncan, Rick, and it went for 2 yards. So fourth down, they're going to have to punt it. And it's almost blocked yet again. He gets it off as number 14's deep. That's Rodriguez to catch it. And that goes out of bounds, so we'll take another quick break. When we come back, we'll have first down and 10 for the Mavericks on your Sports Stop 930 AM, ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
Marto's 43-yard punt flies out of bounds. Brings up first down and 10 for the Mavericks at their own 18-yard line. Chimelino with the carry. Gain of 5 on the play. Brings up second down and 5 for the Mavericks.
Hello.
Tackle made by number
I
21.
guess we are back. I apologize. That was a handoff to the big running back right up the middle for a gain of 6. Now they're going deep. Nice coverage pickoff, Fort Lewis. What a great play that was by number 12, Terry Perkins, a cornerback, Rick. And really, that ball just fell right into his hands.
Well, they did a great job going down the sideline. He had man-on-man coverage with number 14, Austin Rodriguez, and was right in his belly the whole way down. And right before the ball got there, he turned around, looked into the sun, actually sort of laid out, did a great job intercepting that ball. And maybe that's the spark that Fort Lewis needs to get this offense going here. Great field position on their own 42-yard line. Just the start of the second quarter, down 14-0. If we can get a quick score here, get some energy back. They have both DeJuan Wesley and Amory Duncan in the backfield for Fort Lewis. This is a new look for them.
Anderson split out single coverage. There's a snap, handoff, fake handoff to Wesley. Now Baez will keep it. He's trying to turn the corner. He does just that. He's going to pick up 6 yards on the carry, so that'll bring up second down and 4.
Oh, that was a great play by everybody on the offense that time, especially the quarterback, Baez, as he faked the inside handoff to DeJuan Wesley, kept it, came around the outside. Great coverage. And picked up a good gain there of about 6. We got second down and 4.
Pistol formation for the Skyhawks. The deep back is Duncan. The up back is Wesley. Split to the top in single coverage is Anderson. He's the taller receiver. There's a snap, handoff to Duncan, and he's going to be hit from behind. He may have lost a yard, Rick, and he sure does. So that's going to bring up third down and close to 5. It's right in between 4 and 5.
Well, number 51, Mark Palacios for Colorado Mesa, did a good job of recognizing that. He's the outside linebacker on that play and saw the inside handoff and came around the backside and actually did a good job of stopping that for a little bit of a loss.
Holt and Bodie split to the far side of the field. Berryhill and Anderson split to the bottom. There's a snap looking for Berryhill. And again, thrown too wide. He was not wide open, but he was open, Rick. And Baez just rushed his mechanics, threw off his back foot with his feet open wide, and that was incomplete. Fourth down, and Fort Lewis will punt again as number 24, Gallardo, comes out to punt number 14 deep. That's Rodriguez for the Mustangs.
Well, it looked like 2 receivers were in the same area, so Berryhill and Maurice Anderson both sort of came to the same spot. That's obviously a mix-up there by who we don't know, but that might have led to some of the confusion.
There's a punt. Great effort. Fair catch by Rodriguez, and we're going to have first down and 10 from the 20 for the Mavericks. We'll be right back on Sports Stop 930 AM ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
20.
Welcome back, as that was first down and 10 for the Mavericks. Crossbuck handoff to number 32. That's Similino, and he's going to be stopped in the backfield for a 2-yard loss, so second down and 12.
Yeah, speaking of Similino, in that first quarter, 48 yards rushing for Jake Similino, 1 touchdown, 6.9 yard per carry.
There's a snap to Kaiser, 5-step drop, he should be sacked, and he is. What a play that was by number 35, the linebacker for the Skyhawks, and that's Ryan Ross, Rick. Great penetration by the defense.
Great penetration. He was relentless in that pass rush, ran right by his blocker, right to the quarterback, threw him to the ground. We've got third down and 19 at the 12-yard line of Colorado Mesa University. Good defense by Fort Lewis these last 2 series. Hopefully they'll be able to stop him short of a first down and get the ball back. The offense showed a little bit of life last time. We'll see what they can do here.
Pressure again on the quarterback, Kaiser. He's able to roll out. That should be a sack, and it is. Almost in the end zone, and Kaiser darn near almost fumbled that football, Rick, but he's able to keep control of it, and they're going to bring him down at the 2-yard line. And so Fort Lewis's defense comes through. That's what they needed, and that'll bring out the punt team for the Mavericks, and they'll be punting out of their own end zone. And Rick, if you're a coach, you never like to punt out of your own end zone.
You never do, because it shortens the field for you. I mean, normally they're 15 yards back, 12 to 15 yards back, and now they're not going to get that luxury, so it puts a lot of pressure on.
Quick kick. That's going to be caught by number 2, Jamal Campbell. He's going to take it across the 45, the 40. Nice back step. He's still on his feet. Now he's crossed the 30. He's trying to turn the corner. He's not going to be able to do that, so they bring him down right about the 33-yard line. Great return for the Skyhawks, and we'll be right back. First down and 10 shortly on your Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango. First down and 10 for the Skyhawks, as that was a fake handoff to Amory Duncan, keeper by Baez, and he's going to be able to get right back to the line of scrimmage. And Rick, we like to say thank you to a few important people.
Well, the Department of Athletics would like to thank the corporate sponsors: Hampton Inn, Papa Murphy's and Subway, Walmart, Southwest Ag, Sodexo, Steamworks, Streeter Hotel, and Wells Fargo Bank. Go Skyhawks.
Bodie, Holt, and Hardy trips to the very far of the field. Pressure on Baez, and he did not stand a chance, and he fumbles the football. It looked like he was down by contact, Rick, and that's exactly what the officials are going to call. But nonetheless, he got sandwiched from both ends. Quarterback sack, and Rick, he did not even stay. He didn't even get to plant his back foot to throw the football before he got hit.
They have got to figure out something on the left tackle, left side of the line, because that's where all the pressure is coming from. So I would imagine the adjustment that they're going to make is either keep a running back in, put him in the slot there to help, if nothing else, just to chip the defensive end, or bring a tight end, because that's where the pressure is coming in from today on the quarterback.
Well, it's important to note that the starting tackle, number 73, Arthur Ray Jr., is out of this game, and that's the replacement side that he's normally on, as that was a quick throw out completed to number 4, Maurice Anderson, and that's going to get him close back to the original line of scrimmage, but still not enough, so it brings up third down and 12.
Well, that was a good play, because Max actually had a defender right in his belly as he let go of that ball, so that was a good pickup. We got fourth down and 11 from the 33-yard line, and a pretty gutsy move here by Fort Lewis to go for it with this much distance to go.
Trips to the bottom part of the field. That's Holt, Hardy, and Bodie. There's a snap, 2-step drop. He's going to get pressure from the backside. He decides to keep it and run. He's going to get the first down. He's still got more room to run. 10, 5, brought down around the 4-yard line. What a great play that was by Baez, as he had two receivers open downfield, Rick. Instead, he does a smart thing by keeping the ball. Great play by Baez.
Well, he could feel the pressure because he almost got sacked, cut it upfield, and if he would have gotten a block downfield, one block, he'd be in the end zone right now.
There's a snap, handoff to Duncan. He's looking for some room. He dives to the end zone. He fumbles, but it's picked up, thank goodness, by number 80. That's Doyle Bodie, as Duncan gets to the 3-yard line, but he almost cost his team a big one there. And they're getting right back to the line of scrimmage. Twins to the top, two tight ends set. There's a handoff to Duncan. He's going for the end zone. There's going to bring him up short around the 1-yard line, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and goal from the 1 as the Skyhawks are knocking on the door. And Rick, here pretty soon you're going to have an interview with Eric Jones, president of Skyhawks Athletic Association. Rick O'Block's going to be taking care of that interview shortly, but right now we got 3rd down and goal.
3rd down and goal, and this would put the game a 7-point margin. They can convert on the extra point, and big energy boost for them. They've played well on the defensive side of the ball the last couple of possessions, and this would be a big motivator for them if they can get this ball in the end zone.
Look for Baez to keep the ball himself. There's a snap. He's got pressure, and he's going to be sacked yet again. He didn't even have a chance to plant his back foot to throw the football. He had open receivers in the end zone, but he didn't even get the opportunity to throw it.
It looks like they're going to, what are they going to do here? They're going to go for a field goal here. This is well within the range of the kicker for Fort Lewis, and that's unfortunate that they let that guy go through the middle of the field. That was number 54, Ryan Sivitz, and that was a sack on Baez. That's too bad. You got to capitalize on those things, and they were finally moving the ball a little bit.
Connor Frazier, number 98, coming in to kick this field goal attempt, number 13. That's Trevor Bonifaci, the holder. He nods that he's ready, calls for the ball. There's a snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's got plenty of leg. No good, as it's wide left. And the kicking game of Fort Lewis continues to struggle, Rick. 14-0 is a score. We'll be right back on Sports Stop 930 AM ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango. First down and 10 from the 20. Fake handoff to the running back, Similino. That's a quarterback keeper. Gain of 5. And again, Rick, when you're a head coach, if you can have 2nd down and 5, 3rd down and 2, you'll take that all day long.
Well, it opens up the options for what you can do on offense. You don't have to just throw the ball or run the ball. And we have Similino running the ball again to a short gain for number 32. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4, which is a tough distance. You know, do you throw it? Do you run it? I would imagine they'll probably run it since they've been so successful so far. And they're definitely in this hurry-up offense here, trying to catch Fort Lewis a little bit off guard.
So the Mavericks are going to have 3 receivers to the near side of the field, a tight end to the far side. Running back in the backfield, that's Similino. Kaiser's going to roll out. He's got pressure. He throws it out completed to number 8, and he's still on his feet till he's brought down, Ian Jude. And that's going to move the chains. And I'm going to step aside as Rick's going to take over. We've got an interview with Eric Jones, the president of Skyhawk Athletic Association. And Rick's going to take it from here. I'll be right back.
Well, we've got 3 receivers to the far side of the field on the 41-yard line of Colorado Mesa. Fake handoff with the play out to number 8, and that's Ian Jude for about 4-yard gain. And welcome, Eric, and we've got a lot of stuff going on in the athletic department these days.
Man, we do, Rick. Thanks for having us on today. Skyhawks Sports Spectaculars this evening. Lost Dog at 6 o'clock, carrying on till 10.
And the tickets for that are like $25, if I remember right, correct?
That is right, and that gets you admission to the event. It also provides some appetizers and your drinks.
Well, that was a snap to the quarterback, a fake handoff, and he runs around the right side for about a 3-yard gain. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 4, and I believe it's a silent auction this evening. And what are some of the prizes or gifts that will be auctioned off?
You know, we have several items. There'll be 5 or 6 live auction items, including a weekend getaway at Purgatory that includes lift tickets and lodging. Have a fireman for the day with the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. That'll be a blast.
So the quarterback drops into cover it back, and number 83 for Colorado Mesa catches that in the middle of the field and runs for a touchdown. There is a flag on the field, and we'll see what that penalty is on Colorado Mesa. The far side of the field is indicating the hold up. Don't signal a touchdown yet. So they went ahead and called that against Fort Lewis, and that's going to be a touchdown for Colorado Mesa. So let's talk about the funds on this fundraiser tonight, the Sports Spectacular. Where do those funds, what are they for, and what do they go towards?
100% of our proceeds will benefit Fort Lewis Athletics, and it will go back to the student athletes that represent Fort Lewis College so well on the fields and courts and what have you across the country or across the conference.
And this isn't just about football, right? This is all sports for Fort Lewis?
You're right, Rick. It's all sports. Going to be a great event. There's a lot of silent auction items as well that we didn't mention. You can see those at the website, flcauction.com.
So on that touchdown, they ruled that Fort Lewis had a personal foul for a face mask, and they're trying for a point after. It's 20-0, 4:04 left in the second quarter. And when we come back, we'll have a little bit more with Eric. This is Rico Block and Al. This is Rico Block for the Four Corners Sports Stop. Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio with Albert Velarde, Four Corners in Durango.
Also, if your game program is signed by Skyhawks head coach John L. Smith, you have just won a football seat cushion. Bring your game program to the press box to redeem your prize.
Well, that was tough sledding for Fort Lewis's defense there, as yet again they got burned deep, and they had the personal foul face mask, which doesn't help their cause at all as well. Number 23, that's Jordan Van Vliet, deep to return this kick. We've seen him for the first time this season deep to return kicks, and number 39, he will be doing the kicking duties. That's his Donahue. We are joined here with the president of Skyhawk Athletic Association, Eric Jones, and we'll get to him in just a moment. On that penalty was assessed on the kickoff. They're kicking off from the 50-yard line. This should be kicked right through the uprights. Instead, they're going to pooch kick it, so this is going to go out of bounds, and we'll take another quick break, and I'll be right back with more Eric Jones here shortly on your Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
First down and 10 for the Skyhawks.
Whether you make your plans over a barbed wire fence or over wireless internet, if you're coming from the stockyard or the stock exchange, Durango is right at home at the Diamond Bell, timeless and timely.
For natural and organic vitamins and supplements and health and beauty products, there's no better place than Nature's Oasis. We offer an experienced staff, nutrition and supplement education, and exclusive products. Nature's Oasis, home to the largest selections of vitamins and supplements in the Four Corners region.
Hop on.
Still as well with Eric Jones. And Eric, all the proceeds are going towards Fort Lewis College Athletics down at Lost Dog tonight, and this should be a huge event.
Oh, it's going to be a great event. We're hoping we'll have over 200 people there. We'll have coaches there, student athletes. Should be a great time.
Great interaction with the coaches as well as the athletes, as that looks like It was almost picked off. No good, so it's going to be incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for Fort Lewis. But what a great way to get interaction between the coaches and the players. If you show up tonight at Lost Dog, $25 goes towards a great cause. You just can't beat it.
That's right. Hope to see you out there, and we'll also have some live music by Alan Height.
Alan Height, is that a local band?
It's a local folk and cover band type of stuff.
So they're going to be playing all sorts of great music. 3rd down and 5 for the Skyhawks as Baez looking over the defense. He's going to have some pressure. He steps up into the pocket. He's going to try to scramble, but he's not going to get away. And again, the offensive line not able to give him great protection as he's going to lose yardage, and that's going to bring up 4th down and long. Should bring out the punt team. And last but not least, Eric, anything else you'd like to tell everybody about, what you do with the Skyhawk Athletic Association and things that they have coming up other than tonight?
We just want to get out there and support these student athletes and bring fan experiences to folks. We also have our lunches with the Coach John L. before every home game at the Snapper, 11:30 to 1 on Fridays. So get out for those next couple of home games and get some one-on-one with Coach.
So tonight at the Lost Dog, $25. That should be a running into the kicker penalty. It is. Should bring new life and a new set of downs for Fort Lewis. We'll see what they're going to call with the white hat. But again, 7 o'clock tonight, correct?
6 o'clock, 6 to 10.
6 to 10 at the Lost Dog, $25 going towards a great cause for Fort Lewis sports. We have the president of Skyhawk Athletic Association, Eric Jones. Eric, thank you for your time, and we'll see you tonight.
Thank you so much. Right. And remember, flcauction.com. You can bid now.
That's right. We've got the auction, silent auction going on. You can get online to do that. We appreciate Eric Jones coming in with his time. Rick, I know you'll probably head over there tonight. We're going to have a 1st down and 10 after running the kicker, but really, they need to take advantage of this right now, Rick. Here's another opportunity after an interception. They did nothing with it. They've got to turn this into some points.
Well, they called that roughing the kicker as opposed to running into the kicker. And again, I want to thank Eric for coming up, talking about the Sports Spectacular tonight. Fort Lewis got great athletic programs up here, and Fort Lewis football is on the rise again, and it's through the efforts of people like Eric that allow us to fund these sports so that we can be competitive going forward. So thank you, Eric, for doing that.
Well, we've been talking a number of times about how we'd like to get, maybe look into a new press box, spicing up the fields. And what better way to help out with that? If you love Fort Lewis College sports, get on out there to Lost Dog tonight, 6 to 10, $25. You're going to spend that going to the movie theater or out to dinner. What better way to do that than to pour some money into this program so that we can be competitive and bring out, when we bring these recruits in here to see if they want to stay here in this beautiful town, that they can really compete with those other schools, Rick.
Yeah, I guess that would be a question I have to ask Eric. Has there been any talk about renovation of the stadium or any funds or fundraising going towards that? So they're looking at that down the line, and Fort Lewis could really get some top recruits here with a little bit of renovation of these facilities, because there's a beautiful field here. There's no question about that.
There's a snap, 2-step drop, looking deep for number 4, Anderson. He's got a beat. And I'm hoping they are not going to call offensive pass interference from Anderson. He was trying to get around the cornerback, Rick, which impeded his progress up the field. Let's see what the call is going to be.
They're going to call that. The field judge is going to call that against the offense, and that's unfortunate. That's a 15-yard penalty, and take them back. Fort Lewis probably would think about going for this. They're going to end up taking that 15-yard penalty from the prior spot. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 16 to go here for Fort Lewis.
21-0 is the score. We're going to have another guest at halftime. We ask you to stay here. Rick O'Block had an interview with one of the players. Rick, tell us a little bit about that. We'll get back to some more Eric Jones here.
Sure. Drew Berryhill, number 85. He's like 6'5", 265 pounds. I look like a fly next to that guy. Tight end, great kid. They found him at Costco.
There's a pass completed to number 4, Anderson. And really, Anderson started off the season, Rick, really hot. And then we didn't see him for 3 or 4 games on an injury.
Right, he injured his ankle, like a high ankle sprain. And so I don't remember seeing him last week, but he looks good today, and Fort Lewis is going to talk about this. They took a timeout. It's going to be 3rd and about 3. And again, we want to remind people about the Sports Spectacular this evening down at the Lost Dog. $25 proceeds go to the Athletic Association for student athletes here at Fort Lewis.
Yeah, and we've talked a number of times, Rick, between yourself and I about, what is really the separation between us and the other schools in the RMAC is our facilities compared to turf fields and, the stands and the press box and that wow factor when players come into Fort Lewis compared to some of the other fields that we've seen across, the RMAC, and Eric Jones and his staff trying to do something about that, and that starts at being at Lost Dog tonight at 6 p.m. from 6 to 10, Eric. And again, if you have a message for people out there that you want to get across to them, not just for tonight but moving forward, that would be to start tonight.
That's absolutely right. It starts really with scholarships and helping to put some depth on the field for each of those programs. And we're a bit underfunded in a lot of our programs, and we're trying to bridge that gap so we can put some money towards facilities and other needs that we have. We all are aware of it.
Rick and I are an apple kind of guys. We like to call it how it is. And do you think that's just a shortage of money coming in from past alumni, not dumping in as much as we could? Is it what is the issue going on?
It's a combination. You have state funding, which is becoming tougher and tougher. We almost have to act as a privately funded institution, even though we are a state college, and we've got our battles ahead of us. So we just got to do what we can as an association, as the supporters of Fort Lewis Athletics.
Now, when they get online, that was a 2nd down run by Baez. He had pressure again, stepped up in the pocket. He takes the football, runs off with it. So now Fort Lewis comes over the 2nd down and 9 with 1:03 left in this game, down 21-0. He dumps it off to number 3, Duncan, and he's going to have some nice yardage, enough for the 1st down. That'll stop the clock for the moment. But Eric, Fort Lewis trying to do this really on their own, is what I'm understanding from you.
There's a lot of that, and fortunately we've got great administration, and President Dean Thomas, she's fully behind athletics and the institution, and we're seeing that through enrollment, and we're seeing that through increased figures with our player figures, player numbers, the student athletes that represent us across the conference.
Baez fumbles the football. The unfortunate thing about that fumble is he had 2 receivers open downfield. Eric, tonight, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Lost Dog, $25. You could go online for the silent auction. We ask you guys to do your part. We're going to try to do ours. And hopefully we will see you out there. Again, Eric Jones, we appreciate your time. And we're hoping, we'll cross those fingers, that the community will back this event, back you guys, and mostly back Fort Lewis College.
Sounds great. Get out there tonight. We appreciate the help here. Appreciate being on the air with both of you guys.
Thanks a lot, Eric. So that was Eric Jones, the president of Skyhawks Athletic Association. And at halftime, stay tuned. You're going to have our player interview with Rico Block. But before that, we're going to be joined by Tino Sonora. He is President Thomas's featured scholar here at Fort Lewis College. So we'll be talking to Tino Sonora shortly. 45 seconds left with the 2nd quarter, Rick, trying to either get it in the end zone, but at least come up with 3 points. There's a snap, 3-step drop for Baez. He finds number 80. That's Bodie up the field, and he's going to get close to the 10-yard line. They're going to mark him down at the 13, and they need to call a timeout as the clock stops shortly to see if they can reserve their timeouts, Rick.
Well, they're going to go ahead and run this play. And college, when you get that
fumble on the play, as you heard Rick say, geez, and that looks like this is going to go back for a touchdown, and it sure will. 10-5 touchdown, Colorado Mesa on the fumble from Baez. And again, the backside does not maintain their blocks, Rick, and you cannot fault Baez on that. He did not see him coming.
He did not, and it was just an unfortunate bounce. It bounced up off the ground. 2 bounces right into his hands, and they run that ball back all the way for a touchdown. And this is going to put them at 28-0 at the end of the second quarter with 19 seconds left. And that's an unfortunate break for Fort Lewis. I mean, you know, they've done a good job the last few weeks of containing and stopping the turnovers, and that was just an unfortunate break for Fort Lewis on that particular play, because it looked like they were moving into scoring position for sure.
Donahue with the extra point kick. It's up, it's through, and it is good. 28-0 is a score. 19 seconds left to go. We'd like to remind you today's game is being filmed for rebroadcast by Inside Durango TV and broadcasted live on American One website. Go to AmericaOneSports.com for viewing information. Filming of today's game is brought to you by Inside Durango TV, the Skyhawks official sports channel. Watch today's game and other Skyhawk game on your local cable. That's on Channel 15 on Sunday, as well as Tuesday and Thursday evening. And some sponsors we'd like to say thank you to.
Well, the Department of Athletics would also like to thank Wells Fargo Bank, Your Running Store, Coca-Cola of Durango, Durango Orthopedic Associates, Mercy Regional Medical Center, Bank of Colorado, CJ's Diner, Durango, Silverton, and Narrow Gauge, Durango Motor Company, Morehart Murphy Regional Auto Center, Inside Durango TV, and First National Bank of Durango. And we've got a hole we got to dig out of here, Albert. We're down 28-0 with 19 seconds left, and what better way to do that than get a kick return for a touchdown here, right?
Well, we're looking for Jordan Van Vliet to try to make something happen. This will be returned. Van Vliet's going to catch that from the 5. He drops it, fumbles it around. It's still on the ground. He picks it up at the 10, and that's where he gets hit from. So first down and 10 from the 11. And, Rick, we've been here before. When it rains, it pours.
It does. And you know, unfortunate bounce on the fumble. And you know, a misread here, a misread there, and all of a sudden you're in a big hole, and we'll see what kind of adjustments they can make at halftime. It's been relatively penalty-free. I think the crew's done a good job today and letting the players play, and you know, Colorado Mesa's just done a good job of taking what their strength is and capitalizing on that with their running back, number 32, Jake Simolino. We mentioned he was number 3 in the league in rushing, and it shows. After that first quarter, he had 48 yards of rushing, and as of right now, he's at 56 yards rushing with 5.6 yard average. And Max Baez just takes a knee, and it looks like we're going to let the clock run out. 5 seconds left in the quarter and before we go to halftime.
And actually, Rick, Baez fumbled the football, and he had to go to the knee to recover it. So that's going to end the half, and it's been a rough one here at Ray Dennison Stadium. The Skyhawks go in at halftime down 28-0 as Colorado Mesa has controlled the line of scrimmage and much more for this entire game. So stay tuned with us, please. Here's how it's going to break down. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Tino Sonora. He is President Thomas Featured Scholar for 2013-14 year here at Fort Lewis College. We'll take another break, and then you'll listen to Rick O'Block's interview with his player today. So again, when we come back, we will have Tino Sonora. Tino is here with us now, and we'll take a quick break on Sports Stop 930 AM ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
Or visit
Whether you make your plans over a barbed wire fence or over wireless internet, if you're coming from the stockyard or the stock exchange, Durango is right at home at the Diamond Bell, timeless and timely.
It's full steam ahead at the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. Enjoy a historic trip through southwest Colorado's rich scenery with daily train excursions through the spectacular San Juan Mountains. See the world-famous 400-foot drop at the High Line. Relax as you chug along the Upper Animas River and spend an afternoon in the historic mining town of Silverton. Stop by the depot or call 247-2733. Get more information on our website at durangotrain.com.
One of the things that we promise every guest at Durango Motor Company is one low price, plain and simple, always.
When our guests come on the lot, they get to see our best price hanging clearly in the window of every vehicle on our lot. They can just come in, select the vehicle that they want, and already know the price up front.
Buying a vehicle should be a great experience, and that's what we provide. And taking care of our guests means one low price, plain and simple, always.
Meet Dan. He owned a dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more, so Fast Signs created a plan to raise Dan's business visibility. Now Dan has more sales, more stores, more of the good life. And more is what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs. Meet Dan and his dog Bongo. They started their own dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more, so Dan worked with Fast Signs. They created a plan to attract more customers, get more business, wag more tails. Still, Dan wanted more, and Fast Signs provided more. Fast Signs help with digital displays, mobile marketing, merchandising, fleet graphics, and more. Now Dan has more sales, more locations, more of the good life. And more is exactly what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs, more than 530 locations worldwide.
Fort Lewis likes to buck the status quo a bit, and the student body culture is very independent. Forces you to be an independent thinker, enables you and engenders you to be an
Visit the scenic James Ranch in the Animas River Valley and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Harvest Grill and Greens. The menu is based on a seasonal supply of organically grown James Ranch products. The Harvest Grill and Greens at James Ranch, 10 miles north of Durango.
The local pub is a tradition dear to the heart of any town. Durango's local pub is the Irish Embassy, a favorite with locals for breakfast, dinner, or just a pint with friends. With a traditional Irish menu and all your favorite brews on tap. The Irish Embassy, Durango.
For natural and organic vitamins and supplements and health and beauty products, there's no better place than Nature's Oasis. We offer an experienced staff, nutrition and supplement education, and exclusive products. Nature's Oasis, home to the largest selections of vitamins and supplements in the Four Corners region.
Go underground with the Old 100 Gold Mine Tour, a fun and exciting look at gold mining in Silverton. This is an authentic gold mine, and the tour includes a train ride and mining demonstrations. The Old 100 Mine Tour runs 7 days a week with hourly tours, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pan for gold and silver as long as you like, and keep what you find. Take a scenic drive north to historic Silverton and the Old 100 Gold Mine Tour.
Come in! Welcome to the Durango Area Parade of Homes, opening Friday, September 27th. Friday night kicks things off with romantic home Visit the scenic town of Silverton and take a Jeep tour through the heart of the majestic San Juan Mountains with San Juan Backcountry Tours. Visitors can get behind the wheel and explore the mountain roads on their own, or sit back on guided tours that take you through the rich history of the area, including the ghost town Animas Forks. You can rent a Jeep, ATV, dirt bike, or we can take you on a guided tour in one of our open-top Suburbans. Enjoy the spectacular scenery from 9,000 feet all the way to 13,000 feet in elevation. The San Juans have many scenic routes and four-wheel drive passes to explore, and our experienced staff can provide maps and suggest the best routes to get you where you want to go. We guarantee you a fun and memorable experience. Come explore the historic sights and beautiful scenery of the San Juan Mountains at San Juan Backcountry Tours. The Sporting News Grill at the new Holiday Inn and Suites of Durango is now open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, featuring a full-service restaurant and bar with 11 HD TVs. It's a great venue for family and sports fanatics alike. The Sporting News Grill. Stop in and let us show you our game face.
It's time for rejuvenation with luxurious healing waters, breathtaking views, and lavish spa treatments at the Springs Resort and Spa in Pagosa Springs. Stay at the new Ecolux Hotel and enjoy 24-hour access to our 23 unique pools by the river. Indoors, relax in the hotel and enjoy therapeutic services at the spa. It's time for rejuvenation at the Springs Resort and Spa in Pagosa Springs.
Today, Dad's moving into Sunshine Gardens.
We're all really excited.
You sure are a hit around here. Woo!
And once he's settled in, I'm sure he'll come out of his shell.
I hear they even have a happy hour. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, I think he's gonna like it here just fine.
You know, honey, I think you're right.
Come check out what's new at the Ute Mountain Casino Hotel and Resort. We now have single and double deck blackjack games. Enjoy our King of the Cage boxing events year-round at our event center. If you're on the go, take a break at the new Ute Mountain Travel Center. With our valet service, you can arrive in style and get right into the action. Visit us for our Saturday prime rib buffet and our seafood buffet on Fridays. With the largest gaming floor in the area, Ute Mountain Casino Hotel and Resort has all the great games you love to play.
The game, the three things we talked about were execution. Obviously, there's some breakdown in their execution, especially in pass coverage or pass defense, and also in pass protection. The second thing is they had to stop the run, and their running back, Similito, has just done a great job today of running the ball. And then the third thing is they needed to establish the run, and that's something that they've also not been able to really take control of. Quarterback Max Baez is the leading rusher so far, and that's because he's been scrambling back there for some long gains. So those three things that we identified at the beginning of the game as keys to winning this game, they've not been effective so far. Hopefully in the second half they will in fact pick up that game, and they get to receive the ball in the second half. So they might be able to get something going right away and get right back in this thing. You know what I was telling you at halftime, Albert, you scored 28 points in the first. You can score 28 points in the second. So we'll see what they can do here. They got to get off. Quick start. We have a kickoff here, and it's going to go deep into the end zone for Jordan Van Vliet. And he's going to drop to a knee, and the ball will be placed out on the 25-yard line. We're going to take a break here. Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
Please reset the game clock to 15 minutes. 15.
Welcome back, as that's a quick pass out completed to number 19, Nova Hardy. And Rick, Nova Hardy's done a pretty solid job in the last 2 games. We haven't seen him all season. Then they dropped him in last week, doing a good job.
Well, he's got some good hands. He's got some good moves and picked up 5 on that short pass. And the key to that play was that Baez had some time to throw the ball and made a good connection there. When he gets time, he's fairly accurate. So we've got 3 wide receivers to the short side of the field here. Second down, about 5 for Fort Lewis.
And that's Hardy, Boat, and Bodie. There's a snap, 3-step drop looking out for Nova, and he throws it too wide. Hardy just not able to get underneath it. Rick, incomplete, brings up 3rd down and 4.
Well, you know, Max is about 5'11", and he has a hard time sometimes seeing over those other players, and I think he had to alter his throw on that pass to the flat to Nova Hardy. We have 3rd and 5 again, and see if we can pick up the first down here.
So Hardy, Bodie, and Holt trips to the near side of the field. There's a snap, 2-step drop, quick throw out. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage, close to being picked off. There is a punch thrown, connected, and no penalty thrown. I'm shocked on that one, but hey, that's not the first time you and I have been shocked on no calls in football games. So 4th down, and out comes a punt team deep for the Mavericks as number 14, that's Rodriguez.
Well, number 54 for Colorado Mesa University actually did throw a punch on that. That's an automatic ejection, Ryan Savets. But none of the officials saw it, and if it didn't get seen, it didn't happen. So we're going to go into 4th down here, 4th and 5, and punt formation for Fort Lewis.
So number 24, Scotty Gallardo, who does a fantastic job for the Skyhawks, deep to kick. There's a snap. It's a good one. He gets it off. It's deep and it's high. Rodriguez will take this around the 30. No fair catch. He crosses the 25. And that's where they're going to bring him down, is right at the 30. So 1st down and 10. We'll come back. The Mavericks have the ball on Sports Stop 930 AM, ESPN Radio for the Four Corners. There's a snap to Kaiser, handoff to Semolino. He's going to come down to the short side of the field. Nice gain on the run, Rick. Gain of 7, 2nd down and 3.
Well, that was a simple handoff, and he was able to break it to the outside. And nice gain of about 7 yards, 2nd down and 3 from the 37-yard line.
There's a snap, handoff to Semolino. He was tackled, and then he shakes it off. He's going to have enough for the 1st down, and that sure enough is. They'll move the chains. 1st down and 10 from the 40.
Well, good penetration there by Dalton Lane, barely picking up the 1st down, but the important thing was he picked up the 1st down, and we got 1st down and 10 from the 41-yard line of Colorado Mesa.
Kaiser with a hard count trying to get Fort Lewis to jump off sides. Fort Lewis comes in with 4 down linemen, 2 deep linebackers, and there Kaiser's going to send his running back into motion. It's going to be an option read as he keeps it. And he read that correct. The defensive end stepped across the line, which is the proper move, Rick, except he forgot to hit the quarterback.
He did. Number 35, though, for Fort Lewis, did hit the quarterback for a 6-yard gain on that play. Number 35, Ryan Ross, junior linebacker, Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Kaiser's shotgun formation. He's going to send 3 receivers to the bottom part of the field. Quick swing out pass. He's going deep. Nobody there as there was a miscommunication, but Kaiser had a ton of pressure, and he took a big shot. He's still down on the ground. And who was there but number 29, and we haven't called his name all game. That's Broderick Sargent. Rick, we need Sargent to get involved because for the first 4 games, he was hot. You could not stop him. And now we just haven't seen him in the last 2 games.
No, he's been sort of absent the last 2 games, and he's a beast out there when he's on a roll, and he did a good job on that play of attacking the quarterback. And the defensive backs did a good job also. Number 12, Terry Perkins, and number 2, Jamal Campbell. They were locked up one-on-one downfield, and That was an incomplete pass, but primarily because there was very good coverage on both players. Jamal Campbell did not take the bite on the fake and then the break to the end zone, and very good coverage on both players and a big shot to the quarterback. We have number 10 now, Jason Hafferman from Fort Collins, in at quarterback for Colorado Mesa University. We'll see if they try to put pressure on him right off the bat.
And Rick, you had brought up during our pregame that number 6, Eric Kaiser, the starting quarterback, just got back from injury from last game. He goes out, and as you said, number 10, Jason Hofferman, steps in. There's a snap handoff, and it's ball's on the ground, and I think Fort Lewis has covered it, and they did. First down and 10, Fort Lewis, and there you go. From the 50, that's what they needed. And when we come back, Fort Lewis will have another possession to try to get points on the board on Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango. We have first down and 10. There's the snap. That should have been defensive offsides, but the officials don't throw the flag, and they're going to get barely back to the line of scrimmage, so that brings up second down and 10 for Fort Lewis from the 50.
Well, what's happening is they have a linebacker that's lined up in the slot, and it looks like he's covering the slot receiver, and what happens is once he sees the play, he immediately rushes, and on that particular play, it was number 42, Andrew Hurley, who entered the neutral zone early. Honestly, we are right on the yard line where that occurred, and they did not throw a flag on that. But that's what's happening, and we'll see how they address it in this next series of downs.
There's a snap. Baez looking left. He's looking for Anderson right in his hands, and he drops it. And Anderson had the ball, and he looks up, Rick, to see who's coming to hit him, and that's all it took for him to drop the football.
That was a little seam between the cornerback and the safety, and that ball was right on the money. And that is a play he should have made, and Coach is talking to him about using his hands. I know he feels bad about that, but regardless, third down for Fort Lewis, 3rd and 10. 3 wide receivers for Fort Lewis, plus Drew Berryhill at tight end for Fort Lewis.
So on the far side of the field, that's number 19, Hardy. Down towards us, that's 80, Bodie, and 88, Holt. And Baez almost sacked in the backfield. He's still rushing. He's going to have enough for the first down and more. What a great run that was for Baez, who's really helped his cause out today, Rick, as he's been punished in the backfield, but he's come up with some great scrambles.
He has. And, you know, quarterbacks, they've been playing the game for so long when they get to this level that they just know when it's about time that they're going to get hit back there. And he could probably feel that internal clock kicking in, and runs upfield, right up the middle of the field, makes a good run. Nice juke there, and gets a first down for Fort Lewis on the 36-yard line.
Fort Lewis almost lining up in the old-school wing T formation, just from shotgun formation, that is. Hand off to number 3, Amory Duncan, and he moves forward for a gain of 3, so second down and 7.
Well, again, we see the double-back setup with DeJuan Wesley and Amir Duncan, and that's interesting because now who are you going to cover? You know, who are you going to get the ball to? And that was a good play. Pick up about 3 there. We got second down 7.
So you're going to have Nova Hardy, Bodie, and Holt trips to the near side of the field. There's a snap. Quick throw out to Hardy. Completed. He bobbled it, but then he had to regain control of the football. And he took a big hit after the play, but not after he gained 6. So it's going to bring up a manageable third down for the Skyhawks, Rick. 3rd and 2.
Well, Max can get some time. He has some time in the pocket to let the play develop, and Hardy just ran down about 4 or 5 yards and sort of curled in, and good pass by Max to Nova Hardy on that. We got a 3rd and short.
Well, the Mavericks lining up on defense like Fort Lewis used to line up last year. They do not go down in a 3-point stance. There's a handoff to number 3, Duncan. He goes forward, and it's going to be fourth down in inches, that is. And we'll see if Baez keeps it, Rick, or if they're going to hand it off to Duncan.
Well, we'll see what they're going to do here. They're bringing in sort of a heavy package and bringing out the wide receivers, and they're going to have to go for it. Down 28-0 with 10:15 in the third quarter. This is a big down. They have both backs in for Fort Lewis, Amory Duncan and DeJuan Wesley, and we'll see what they do here on this call.
So wing T left. There's a snap. Hand off to Wesley. He's going to have enough for the first. And then the far side, the head lineman moved back, but the line judge on our side, which is closest to him, had him having the first down, Rick, but it's going to be close. They're probably going to bring out the chains.
I think they're going to give him a first down, but yeah, they're going to give him a first down. That is very close, though, and there was a good call and good execution by Fort Lewis to pick up that fourth down and short. And they're 3 for 3 today on fourth down.
So they just motioned a first down. Then the white hat turns around, and then he motions first down for Colorado Mesa. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. And why wouldn't you bring out the chain crew to measure it, Rick? I don't understand that.
Wow. Well, that's interesting because he initially did say it was Fort Lewis first down, and then turned around and indicated that it was first down for Colorado Mesa without even giving a measurement to the possession, and that's something honestly I've never seen before. Maybe they're going to do that now, but that traditionally is not what they do. And the bad thing about this is that they've picked up the ball, so they're never going to get the spot back to where they were when the ball was originally marked. And so, that's just not good mechanics on that particular play.
Rick, I mean, you've white-hatted in high school, and what's the rule of a white hat? If in doubt, what?
Oh, you always want to do the measure.
You measure. Yeah. If you have any question about it, you bring the measurement out and check it out. And just like you said, who knows that wasn't the original spot right there. Yeah, so, I mean, in reality, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. But I've got to tell you, I've never seen something like that happen. You signal first down for Fort Lewis. Oh, never mind. Let me change my mind. First down, Mavericks.
Wow, that's
unbelievable.
That's unbelievable because it was fourth and less than a yard. And for me, it looked like he had picked it up and they had signaled first down. But regardless, first down and 10 for Colorado Mesa, and Broderick Sargent makes a great play off the end and drops Similito for about a 3-yard loss. Sorry to get in your way there, Albert, but good play by Broderick Sargent to penetrate off the line and drop their leading rusher about a 3-yard loss.
And we need a big game from him, Rick, as we've seen him cause havoc. And really, when Fort Lewis was winning footballs and keeping it very competitive, Sargent was a huge part of that on the defensive end.
He was. He created chaos and created fumbles and recovered fumbles, and it looks like the last few plays he's done a good job.
Quick pass incomplete to number 8. That was intended for Jude, but the ball flies in the air. He got lucky that didn't get picked off. So third down and 12 coming up for the Mavericks as they lead this game 28-0 here in the third quarter.
Well, their quarterback, Eric Kaiser's back in the game, so he shook off that injury, and he threw that ball behind on a little short slant pattern to number 8 for Colorado Mesa University.
There's a snap, 5-step drop. He's looking downfield. He fires the ball, completed to number 11, and they did nothing special there, Rick, as that was, completed to number 11, Stephen Lindquist, and he just ran right up the seam. Nothing unique about that pattern.
Thaddeus Brown had one-on-one coverage, and you want to make sure that you get in front of that receiver before the ball gets there, and unfortunately we weren't able to do that.
Quick throw to number 11 completed. That is Lindquist. He is inbounds, and he's going to pick up 3 yards, so it brings up second down and 7.
Well, on that play, number 22, Thaddeus Brown, did a good job of breaking through the tackle, or the block, I should say, by number 11, Stephen Lindquist, and stopped the receiver on a short gain. It's going to be second and 8.
2 receivers split to each side of the field. Number 8, Jude, goes in motion. There's a snap. Handoff to number 32. That's Similino, and he's going to turn the corner, but he's only going to gain a yard. So that brings up third down and long, so third down and 6.
You know, after the struggle that Fort Lewis had initially on the defensive side of the ball, they've actually played pretty well. I mean, right now, updated stats, their leading rusher, Jake Similino, has 68 yards, and his average is down to 4.9, which is very respectable for a back of his caliber. We'll see what they can do here on third down.
Split receivers on each side of the field. There's a snap, no drop back for Kaisers. He throws it quickly to number 8 and completed Ian Jude, and that's enough for the first down. That'll move the chain, so the Mavericks will have first down and 10 from the 37-yard line.
There were 3 Fort Lewis players there, and the quarterback did a good job of hitting that ball right to the receiver within 3 defensive players. They got first down here.
Handoff to Similino right up the middle. Nice pickup of 5, so that'll bring up second down and 5 for Colorado Mesa.
That's just strictly a power game right up the middle of the field. And, you know, Albert, we've talked about this so many times where the defense is on the field so much that near the end of the game they just get worn out, and hopefully that's not happening right now.
Looking deep is Kaiser. Nobody there as he threw it in the direction of number 11, Steven Lindquist. Lindquist went in the middle of the field, and Kaiser threw it to the outside, so miscommunication between the two of them, incomplete, brings up third down.
Well, number 44 for Fort Lewis did a good job of pushing the line back. He is a very big guy, 5'10", 265, Devin Reyes, and he just literally pushed the left guard right back into the face of the quarterback for that overthrown ball. Third and about 5.
Kaiser calls for the ball. No drop back as he throws another quick throw completed to number 80. That's Blaine Jackson. And again, enough for the first down, Rick, as that'll move the chains. And the Mavericks will have it first down and 10 from the 26.
Well, it's a very simple pattern. The receiver is literally going down about 5 or 6 yards and just doing a little curl. And the inside defender for Fort Lewis is giving him about 12 yards of cushion in a very simple pass to cover.
Handoff to Similino, and he gets in the end zone for a touchdown, Rick. And what else can you say about that? There was nothing fancy. They ran that right up behind the backside of the center, and he did not get touched for a touchdown of 17 yards.
Well, you wonder what that fourth down thing, sort of that mess down there created. I mean, you sort of lose your focus and concentration, and Fort Lewis is now down 34-0 at 7:21 in the third quarter with the extra point coming up. And Coach Riffalato is not going to be happy with the defensive effort today for sure.
That's a kick by Donahue. That is good, Rick. So 35-0 is a score in the third quarter, 7:21 left. We'll be right back on Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. on ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
You're watching Inside Durango TV on Cable Channel 15.
Mesa will kick off. Deep for Fort Lewis is number 23. That's Jordan Van Vliet. He's lined up right around the 4-yard line. It's high, it's deep. This is going to go into the end zone, and Van Vliet will down it. We'll have first down and 10 from the 25 for Fort Lewis. We'll be right back here on Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango. First down at 10. Baez is going to scramble as he had some pressure. He's going to cross the 35, 40, 45, 50. Brought out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. And again, nice run by Baez. I'd sure like to see his numbers here in the third quarter for scrambling, Rick, because he's kept things alive when he's had the opportunity to. First down and 10. Fort Lewis wasting no time as they bring in two tight ends. That's going to be Barry Hill and Van Vliet to the top part of the field. The wide receivers, number 4, that's Anderson. Number 80, that's Doyle Bodie. And in the backfield's number 16, DeJuan Wesley. Baez about 2 yards deep. There's a handoff to Wesley as he tries to turn the corner, and he does. He just lowers his shoulder. And, Rick, you and I have talked about this a lot. Wesley, it really brings a spark to this offense, and we have not seen much of him in the last 2 games.
Yeah, he's not played a lot in the last 2 games. I'm not sure if that's because of injury or some other reason, but you're right, Albert. I mean, he's got a stockier build than Duncan, and seems that he just hits the hole a little bit faster and picks up some bigger gains.
Looking to pass, almost intercepted, and then it is by number 7. That's the safety for Colorado Mesa. And what a missed opportunity there, because that ball was thrown right in the breadbasket of number 80, Doyle Bodie. He cannot hold on to the football. Intercepted. First down and 10 for Colorado Mesa.
Yeah, that was, defensive players practice that all the time, a tip ball, and ball that probably should have been caught. This is actually a pretty good pass by the quarterback, and unfortunately another turnover for Fort Lewis. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 45-yard line of Colorado Mesa as they come break the sideline huddle with 2 receivers on each side of the field with a single running back next to the quarterback.
To remind you, filming of today's game is brought to you by Inside Durango TV, the Skyhawks official sports channel. That's intercepted by Fort Lewis by number 22. Thaddeus Brown still on his feet. He's getting some blocks. If he can see if he can get in the middle of the field, passes the 10, and he gets tackled from behind. What a great play that was by Thaddeus Brown for Fort Lewis, and they return the favor. But now, Rick, it just does not stop here. They have got to do something with this opportunity.
What a great play by 22, Thaddeus Brown. He went up with the receiver on that play to get the ball, grabbed it out of his hands basically, took about 3 or 4 hits as people were trying to tackle him, and end up with a great return down to the 12-yard line. And you're right, Albert. We need to score on this possession. We've got to score a touchdown. And so this is going to be 4-down territory from here on out, down on the 12-yard line of Colorado Mesa. Fort Lewis on offense.
Amory Duncan in the backfield with his quarterback Baez. To the top is Bodie and Holt. Tight end Van Vliet is next to them as well. There's a handoff to Anderson. Looking for Saroom. He gets piled up. He's going to gain 1, possibly 2. We'll see where they mark him down at. Nonetheless, that's going to bring up a second down. It looks like they're going to mark him down at the 11.
Down at the 11, second down, and they're going to have a bigger effort than that in order to get in the end zone. But this is a big possession, 35-0. This is all about pride and what can they do here, and we'll see what they come up with. Probably a passing down, I would imagine, on this play. We need to get the ball in the end zone.
To watch today's game and other Skyhawk game on your local cable, that's Channel 15 on Sunday, as well as Tuesdays and Thursday evening. There's a snap looking to the top part of the field. Coming across is number 88. That's Holt. He needed 1 block, didn't get it, and he may have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. He does, so that brings up 3rd down for the Skyhawks.
Well, he was on the far side of the field, and that was sort of a screen play to him where he came back to the middle and tried to get a couple of blocks from interior linemen, primarily number 75 for Fort Lewis, Matt Crispo, and just couldn't get the blocks that he needed, and we're going to have 3rd down about 8 on the 10-yard line.
Wing T formation to the left side of the line of scrimmage. Fort Lewis is moving from left to right. There's a snap going to the end zone for the taller Anderson, and he just misread that. That's intercepted, and he's crossing the 40, the 50, and if they don't tackle him now, he's going to take that for a touchdown. And what a terrible read that was by Maurice Anderson, Rick. I'm speechless on that. 1st down and 10 for Colorado Mesa.
So that was a fade pattern to the corner of the end zone, and it looked like they I don't know what happened. He just misread the ball, and the defensive back read the ball perfectly, and they intercept that in the end zone and run it all the way back to the 43-yard line of Fort Lewis. Great field position, huge turnover in the end zone for Fort Lewis. And with, 4:21 left in the third quarter, down 35-0, not a thing you want to do.
Kaiser in the backfield with his running back Similino. He calls for number 11. That's Lindquist to go in motion. There's a snap, handoff to Similino. He's going to cut it back into the lower part of the field, looking to turn the corner. And a nice open field tackle. Number 12 runs him down. That's Terry Perkins. Cuts out the legs of the bigger running back Similino. He picks up 9.
Well, that play originally started off the right side and pretty closed up over there, and cut it back to the other side of the field, went around the left side of the line and picked up about 9 yards. And good open field tackle, you said, by number 12, Terry Perkins on that play.
There's a snap. Again, almost handoff to Similino. Quarterback Kaiser keeps it. He's going to have a first down and more as he crosses the 30. They bring him down at the 25. So it'll be first down and 10 from the 25 as this game is 35-0. Colorado Mesa leads this game, and really they've never looked back.
Oh, no, it's 14-0. The first two possessions, one of a 75-yard drive and an 88-yard drive, went up 14-0. You're right. They have not looked in the rearview mirror.
Fake handoff, Kaiser looking deep. He's going to throw it back, and this could be a touchdown, and it is. Nobody picked up the running back in Similino. Fake handoff, Rick, and then Kaiser rolled up to the far side of the field, and Similino is wide open, and he walks in untouched.
Well, the quarterback rolls out to his right, looks downfield, comes back around. Similino just leaks out of the backfield. And, you know, when somebody's that prominent of a player, somebody needs to be watching him. They throw the ball to him out on the flat, and he literally runs into the end zone. Nobody touches him for another touchdown. Extra point up and good, and it's going to be 42-0 Colorado Mesa with 3:27 left in the third quarter. And that's just got to be a killer for Fort Lewis.
Well, some sponsors we'd like to thank for making this happen. Inside Durango TV, First National Bank of Durango, Durango Herald, Holiday Inn and Suites, Irish Embassy Pub, A&L Coors, Alpine Bank, Bank of the San Juans, Best Western Rio Grande Inn, Blimpies, and Comfort Inn.
Well, we've got number 13 on the sideline for Fort Lewis warming up, Trevor Bonifaci. We'll see if he gets a shot. I mean, you got to do something, right? The offense is stagnant. It's not moving. Currently, let's see, they have a total of, I can't find a total here, but somewhere around 200 yards, I would say, of offense. Just not enough, and they need to get something going here, and we'll see if Trevor Bonifaci is coming into the game on this possession.
So it'll be first down and 10 for the Skyhawks on the 25-yard line. And we're looking to see, and it does appear that Bonifaci will step in as number 11, Baez, does not have his helmet on. And really, Rick, again, I don't fault, in my own opinion, Baez for what's been happening. He's been stellar. He's been sacked probably 6 times today. He's been hit, taking some big hits. And he's been on target for the most part with his passes. He just hasn't had help with his receivers catching the football and his offensive line protecting him. So here's Bonifaci. He's going to have some pressure, and that play was blown up before it even got started. Handoff to number 16, Wesley, and he's going to lose 2 yards on the play.
So on that particular play, and this is what they've been doing all day, so they have 4 down linemen, and they'll have an outside linebacker. And the outside linebacker that's ever on the weak side of the field is the one that automatically blitzes, and that's what happened on that play. Linebacker on the weak side of the field identifies that, crashes to the middle, and drops the running back for a 2-yard loss.
Bodie and Holt split to the far side of the field. There's a snap. Roll out is Bonifaci. He's going to have pressure, and he's going to be sacked right around the 10-yard line. So again, that's going to be a loss of 7 yards. So Fort Lewis continues to go backwards, and it's just really it's disappointing on homecoming day because so many fans came out here, Rick. A lot of energy. We were excited. I really felt like we were going to compete. It just hasn't been the case today.
Well, I'd predicted a win. I mean, if you look at these teams on paper, they matched up well. Coach thought they matched up well. There are a lot of people here today, and perfect weather. This is a toughie as he lines up on special teams to help out with the punt return, punt coverage on this particular play for Fort Lewis College. He's a tough guy.
So deep is Rodriguez. There's the punt. Gets it off. It's a deep one. It's going to be caught right around the 33. He crosses the 35. Nice shoestring tackle that was by, I believe that's 49, Rick. That's Garrett Kinney. So first down and 10 as Fort Lewis trails this game 42-0 here in the third quarter. A minute 46 left to go.
Well, you know, one bright thing for Fort Lewis this year has been their punting game. And number 24 for Fort Lewis, Scotty Gallardo, has done a great job this year of giving Fort Lewis that extra dimension and putting that ball down the field. I mean, he's had several, and that was into the wind. And that was a great kick by him and puts them back on the 37-yard line of Colorado Mesa University.
We've got a new quarterback. That's Hofferman back into the ball game. There's a snap, handoff to number 38. That's Dennis. And he's going to pick up 6 on the run, so it brings up second down and 4. Rick, we'd like to say thank you to a few more sponsors, important people.
Right, so we'd like to thank the Hampton Inn, Papa Murphy and Subway, Walmart, Southwest Ag, Sodexo, Steamworks, Strader Hotel, Wells Fargo Bank, Your Running Store. Thank you from the athletic department for your continued support.
There's a snap. Handoff to Dennis again. He's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to actually lose a yard on the play, so it's going to bring up third down and 5.
Third down and 5, just a simple handoff up the middle, and Fort Lewis did a good job of stopping that. We have a few other sponsors here. Coca-Cola of Durango, Durango Orthopedic Associates, Mercy Regional Medical Center, Bank of Colorado, CJ's Diner, Durango, Silverton, and Narrow Gauge, and the Durango Motor Company.
Hofferman fake handoff going down the middle. It was intended for number 88, the tight end. It's incomplete. That's Dalton Horan. And that's going to bring up fourth down. Let's see if they go for it. And really, why shouldn't they? Unfortunately, Fort Lewis has not been able to stop them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they have right now 380 yards of offense. Fort Lewis has 113 yards of total offense through almost 3 quarters, and that's just not getting it done. You know, it creates more time on the field for the defense. You get no rhythm, and boy, that's a tough one. So Fort Lewis has got to figure out this offensive thing quickly.
Thaddeus Brown deep to return, as well as number 2 Jamal Campbell. Campbell's going to take that dangerously at the 15. He's going to cross the 20, so first down and 10 from the 20. 34 seconds left in the third quarter. 42-0 is the score. Fort Lewis trails this game to Colorado Mesa University. Colorado comes in again 4-2, 3-1 in RMAC. Fort Lewis is 2-4, and they're 1-3 in RMAC.
Well, in Colorado Mesa, they've had a big win this year. I mean, they went up and they beat Chadron State, and Chadron State was 16th in the country. So they've got a good team here. Do I think they're the caliber of, say, CSU Pueblo? Absolutely not. But they are a very good team, and they've shown it today that they are a very good team.
Duncan in the backfield, and Bonifaci still in the ball game. There's a snap, handoff to Duncan, trying to turn the corner, and again, he's caught from behind, not even given a chance. And he's going to lose It looks like close to 3, Rick. Let's see where they mark it. They mark it at 2, so 2nd down and 12 from the 19-yard line.
Well, they continue to do the same thing where they just rush the weak side linebacker, and he just comes off the backside of the play and been very successful today. We'll see. They have 2 linebackers on the weak side now. We'll see what Fort Lewis does to counteract that.
And that's going to end the third quarter. 42-0 is the score. Colorado Mesa leads this game comfortably. And we'll be right back on Sports Stop 930 AM ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
Whether you make your plans over a barbed wire fence or over wireless internet, if you're coming from the stockyard or the stock exchange, Durango is right at home at the Diamond Bell, timeless and timely.
For natural and organic vitamins and supplements and health and beauty products, there's no better place than Nature's Oasis. We offer an experienced staff, nutrition and supplement education, and exclusive products. Nature's Oasis, home to the largest selections of vitamins and supplements in the Four Corners region.
Hop on board the Peanuts Great Pumpkin Patch Express at the Durango and Silverton Narrow Gauge Railroad. There's fun for the whole family with live musical entertainment, a costume contest, hay wagon rides, games, a pumpkin patch maze, and the chance to meet Snoopy, Lucy, and Charlie Brown. This great fall event runs for 2 weekends starting October 12th, so get your tickets today. Trains depart the Durango Depot at 10 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Call the depot or visit durangotrain.com for details and reservations.
Welcome back. That was 2nd down and 12. Quick swing out pass to the running back, number 3, Emery Duncan. He gets hit hard, fumbles the football. The ball's kicked around upfield, and number 88, Holt, comes in to recover it. That's enough for the first down. So that'll move the chains. 1st down and 10 from the 31.
Well, you were lucky on that. I mean, he threw a little swing pass to number 3, Emery Duncan, and as he got hit, he fumbled the ball. Fortunately, number 88 for Fort Lewis, Aaron Holt, fell on that ball. It's 1st down for Fort Lewis.
Wing T formation to the right side of the field, and that's going to be a penalty, delay a game against Fort Lewis. So that'll push them back 5 yards.
Let's go over some other scores here. We have Tennessee Volunteers upset South Carolina on a game-ending field goal. Vanderbilt hands Georgia, number 15 Georgia's 2nd straight loss of the season. Stanford is up on UCLA at halftime, 3-0. So a battle over there at Stanford.
There's a snap, handoff to Anderson up the middle. He's got some room. It looked like if he would have cut that left, Rick, he's off to the races. Instead, he cuts to the far side of the field, and that's where all the defenders were coming from. But they're going to mark him down after a gain of 8. So it brings up 2nd down and 2.
No, good run there. I mean, 2nd down and 2, and kept his legs driving forward, and they need some more of those, keep this drive going, get the defense to have some rest. Time of possession has been huge in the favor of Colorado Mesa.
Read option again, handoff to Duncan. He's got enough for the 1st down as he picks up 5. That'll be 1st down and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Let's go over some statistics for the 3rd quarter. Score 42-0. 19 first downs to Fort Lewis, 7 rushing yards, 130 to 18, passing 255 to 92 for Fort Lewis, 385 yards of offense to 110 for Fort Lewis. 1 fumble return for Colorado Mesa, 84 yards.
There's a snap, handoff to Wesley right up the middle. He's going to gain 3, so it brings up 2nd down and 7. I'd like to remind you, Skyhawks pre-recorded games can be viewed anytime on DurangoTV.com and on cable channel 15 all day Sunday as well as Tuesday and Thursday evenings during the Skyhawks fall and winter season sports.
Third down conversions for Colorado Mesa University, 10 of 14. Fort Lewis, 1 of 13, and that's the killer right there. You cannot sustain drives and win a ball game with 1 of 13.
Handoff to Duncan as he's able to turn the corner for a short gain. That's going to be a gain of 3, so that brings up 3rd down and 4 for the Skyhawks, who trail this game 42-0 here in the fourth quarter.
Let's go over some other scores. Iowa is up on Ohio State, 17-10 in the second quarter. Oklahoma is up by 2, 15-13 over Kansas. And Auburn is ahead of Texas A&M, 17-14.
Two receivers to the near side of the field. There's a snap, two-step drop. Benafosse throws it out, completed to number 80. That's Bodie. He's going to have enough for the first down, as that was a gain of 6. Move the chains for the Skyhawks, so first down and 10 from the 43-yard line.
Oh, great pass and catch by the quarterback Bonifaci and Doyle Bodie to pick up that first down. He made a good move, about 10-yard back to the sideline and right on the money, and cut it upfield for a first down. Fort Lewis has got first down on the 42-yard line of Colorado Mesa University.
Skyhawks change gears. They put Wesley deep in the backfield, and they check in number 34. That's Kyle Brown. Handoff to Wesley. Nice gain on the plays. He picks up 6, so that brings up 2nd down and 4.
Well, we had 2 tight end formation then, and most of the time when they line up in that type of formation, they're going to run the ball, and that's exactly what they did. They powered it down, and I think Mesa might be thinking that they're going to pass the ball more than they are, and they're able to rip off some big chunks on the offensive running game.
There's a handoff to Duncan right behind the center, and he moves forward for a gain of 3, so that brings up 3rd down and 1. 10:50 left in the fourth quarter. 42-0 is the score. Colorado Mesa leads this game.
Now they're going to have 2 plays to pick up 2 yards. It's 3rd and 2, and they'll definitely go for it on 4th down, no question about that.
Some people we like to say thank you to for making this happen.
Coca-Cola of Durango, Durango Orthopedic Associates, Mercy Regional Medical Center, Bank of Colorado, CJ's Diner, Durango Silverton Narrow Gauge, Durango Motor Company.
Fake handoff to Duncan. Keeper from the quarterback Benafosse, and it's going to be close. Of course, I said that last time they should have the first down, and the officials changed their mind, so I'm going to hold on to that call until they move the chains, Rick.
Yeah, after that, they're actually moving the change, so let's wait till they get set, because they might change it again based on the prior series that we had earlier. It's going to be first down. We have our clock operator up here, Alan DeBrink, telling us to take it easy on the officials.
Well, in the game now, 16, that's Wesley. He's going to be deep. They're going to go wing left to the left side of the field. Checking in game again is number 34. That's Kyle Brown. There's a snap. Hand off to Wesley right up the middle. He took a big shot there.
Big shot by number 54. Ryan Savets. We've called his number quite a bit today, and pretty good defensive player. He lines up there and just brings it, and short gain of about 1 for DeJuan Wesley on that play.
One thing I can definitely say about the RMAC, Rick, and you and I talked about this on our way home last week, is the linebacker play in the RMAC. We were up in Denver at Golden last week, and they had some amazing linebackers on that football team.
Well, very athletic, very fast football players. And here's a good run by DeJuan Wesley. Takes on number 2 for Colorado Mesa. Michael Bradley bounces off of him and picks up about 5 yards on that carry.
So 2nd down and 5 for Fort Lewis as Anderson checks back into the ball game in the backfield as a running back. And split wide to the far side of the field is number 88. That's Holt. Number 80, Bodie. And number 19, that is Hardy. There's a snap. He's going to have some pressure. He needs to get rid of it, and he took a big hit, almost intercepted by number 27, as that throw was intended for number 80, Doyle Bodie. Incomplete, 4th down.
Yeah, he's getting up a little gingerly. You're right. He took a huge hit, and he tried to throw that ball in the middle of the field and had good velocity on it. Just wasn't able to make the catch, and good coverage by Colorado Mesa. They rushed 6 players on that play, and trying to give him time was a challenge. So we've got 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field for Fort Lewis.
And they're bringing the house now. Pressure. He's going to have to throw it away. He got it back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to talk about it and see if it was intentional grounding. I don't believe it was. But again, he didn't even get to turn around, Rick, to set his feet or even run the football to throw it before he got hit. And we'll be right back here on Sports Stop 930 AM ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango. Shotgun formation. There's a quick throw out completed to number 8, Ian Jude. And we've seen that play quite often, Rick. And Fort Lewis had that one sniffed out. They're going to hit that play for a loss of 1, 2nd down and 11.
That's a quick pass to the flat with a couple of blockers out in front. And number 27, Kenneth Banks, did a good job of avoiding the block on that play and throwing the receiver for a 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12 for Colorado Mesa. 7:56 left in the 4th quarter. Fort Lewis down 42-0.
Today's game is being filmed for rebroadcast by Inside Durango TV and broadcast live on American One website. Go to AmericaOneSports.com for viewing information. Nice play there for the Mavericks as the quarterback, number 10, calls his own number. That's Hofferman, and he picks up quite a bit of yardage, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and short. Should be 3rd down and 2.
Well, he fakes the handoff, puts it in the belly of the running back, keeps the ball himself, and gets up about 10 yards, 9 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 on the 37, excuse me. Hopefully we can stop him here. We'll get that ball back and see what the offense can do.
Hofferman shotgun formation. He's joined in the backfield by number 38. That's Dennis. 2 receivers to the short side of the field, including a tight end. He calls for the ball. There's a snap. Handoff. He gives it to his running back, Dennis, this time. He's got enough for the 1st down as he still rumbles upfield. He's going to pick up 7. That'll move the chains. 1st down and 10. They're going to mark him down at the 46.
Oh, we don't see number 29 for Fort Lewis, Broderick Sargent, in the game at this point, and I don't know if that's due to injury or just he needs a breather, but you know, he's an impact player, and hopefully as soon as we can get him back out on the field, we'll do that, because Fort Lewis defense plays better with him on the field, no doubt about it.
So Colorado Mesa looking to run the football, kill some clock as they lead this game comfortably, 42-0. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the near side of the field and a tight end, including on the line of scrimmage. Number 38, that's the running back, Dennis, moves to the opposite side. He's going to get the handoff from his quarterback, Hofferman. He goes forward for a gain of 3, so it brings up 2nd down and 7.
2nd down and 7, and they're just going to be very content running the ball as much as they possibly can, I would imagine, and take as much time off the clock as they want to. They don't want to run up the score, that's for sure, and this is a sort of football etiquette here. If they need to throw the ball, they will, but I don't anticipate them throwing the ball much more. And we got another game next week that we'll be at, right, Albert?
That is correct. You and I will be on the road to Gunnison, Colorado at the Mountaineer Bowl, taking on Western State, Colorado. That's at 1 p.m. You can listen to it live here on 9:30 a.m. Your ESPN radio for the Four Corners. There's a snap handoff to the running back, number 38. Again, that's Dennis. And he's going to get close to the 1st down. He's just going to be a yard short, so 3rd down and 1. Again, Rick and I will be on the road next week to take on Western State Colorado University. The Skyhawks will. 1 p.m. start time.
Hopefully it won't be too cold there. Gunnison is like the second coldest place on the planet. We'll bring our parka for the booth, is what Alan says here. And Gunnison's a very beautiful place, but it is wicked cold there.
It's also known as the Eternal Icebox.
3rd down and 1, shotgun formation as the quarterback, Hofferman's going to split out a receiver to each side of the field. He's going to go with 2 tight end set. His running back, Dennis, is lined up to the right side of him. He's going to keep it, call his own number. He's going to try to turn the corner, and he does just that. Enough to pick up 5 yards and another first down. First down and 10 from the 40 of Fort Lewis.
Well, that particular play, Dakota K came up to sort of box in that run, and he let the running back get to the outside. And one of the rules is you want to keep that ball to the middle of the field so the rest of your team can collapse towards the play. The minute you get to the outside, it opens up a running lane, and that's exactly what happened for him to pick up the first down. First down for Colorado Mesa on the 40-yard line of Fort Lewis College.
Hofferman in the backfield. Dennis, his running back, lined up to the right side of him. He calls for number 8. That's Jew to go in motion. Handoff to Dennis. He's going to try to turn the corner. He does just that. He's still on his feet after a missed tackle from the secondary, and he has a nice gain. That looks like 27 yards on the run from number 38, Dennis, the running back.
Well, thankfully, Matthew Morrow was back there, senior safety from Miami, Florida. He was back there and was able to bring him down at the 12, 13-yard line. But Colorado Mesa is again moving the ball on Fort Lewis's defense, and hopefully we can make a stand here. There's a huge crowd here today, Albert, for homecoming on both sides of the field. We've got people all over the place. We've got beer garden going on and band in the whole bit. It's a great venue today.
Handoff, fake handoff to Similino. Pitch out to number 80. That's the wide receiver. And Fort Lewis was not fooled on that as that pitch went to number 80, Blaine Jackson. He gets back maybe a gain of 1. So it should bring up 2nd down and 9.
Good job by number 22 for Fort Lewis, Thaddeus Brown. He fended off the block there by the wide receiver and brought down the running back for a very short gain. That was a good play by number 22, Thaddeus Brown, Fort Lewis.
2:50 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Fort Lewis trails 42-0. And Colorado Mesa running the football, killing time off the clock. There's the snap to Hofferman, looking caught to number 80. Pass completed to number 80, Blaine Jackson, and he picks up 4, so it'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Now, if he would have been a little more patient on that play, looks like number 24, Tyler Winder. No, that's not him. Must be number 44. I can't read the number, but he was wide open in the end zone had he looked downfield. Fortunately, he sort of got dialed into their short slot receiver. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 6, 3rd and 5 on the 8.5-yard line of Fort Lewis.
2 minutes and counting as Colorado Mesa knocking on the door to the end zone yet again. 3rd down. There's a snap to Hofferman. He calls his own number. He's looking to turn the corner to get the first down. It's going to be close, but I don't believe he has enough. But he stays in bounds, and the clock continues to roll with 1:30 left. That brings up 4th down. Let's see if they go for it or if they bring out the field goal unit.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for it, and it's going to be 4th down, about 1.5 yards on the 9-yard line. They need to get to the 8 in order to pick up a first down with 1:19 left in the 4th quarter.
I can see Colorado Mesa trying to get the first down here and then taking a knee unless they find themselves in the end zone. There's a snap, handoff. Moving forward is the running back, and it's going to be close, awfully close. I'm not sure.
Well, I would imagine that they're going to want to measure this, but I was wrong earlier. So we'll see. They're going to say it's first down. without a measurement down by the goal line. So first down, I would imagine they'll probably take a knee here. 50 seconds left. Another great job at the clock today by Mr. Alan Tabrink and his helper Shannon. Thank you, Shannon. She's giving us the big smile, and they're just going to drop a knee here with 38 seconds left. Looks like it's going to be 42-0 at the end of this game for Colorado Mesa.
That's exactly what they do. So Colorado Mesa will move to 5-2 on the season. Fort Lewis moves to 2-5 and 1-4 in the RMAC. Colorado Mesa moves to 4-1 in RMAC, and again, tough outing here for Fort Lewis as they drop this game to Colorado Mesa. 42-0. The clock looking to run out of time, and there it is. This game is final. Fort Lewis College loses 42-0. And we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have our post game. We'll be right back here on Sports Stop 930 AM ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
Visit the scenic James Ranch. Visit the scenic James Ranch in the Animas River Valley and enjoy lunch or dinner at the Harvest Grill and Greens. The menu is based on a seasonal supply of organically grown James Ranch products. The Harvest Grill and Greens at James Ranch, 10 miles north of Durango.
Inside Durango TV is a founding member of Local First. The local pub is a tradition dear to the heart of any town. Durango's local pub is the Irish Embassy, a favorite with locals for breakfast, dinner, or just a pint with friends. With a traditional Irish menu and all your favorite brews on tap. The Irish Embassy, Durango.
For natural and organic vitamins and supplements and health and beauty products, there's no better place than Nature's Oasis. We offer an experienced staff, nutrition and supplement education, and exclusive products. Nature's Oasis, home to the largest selections of vitamins and supplements in the Four Corners region.
Go underground with the Old 100 Gold Mine Tour, a fun and exciting look at gold mining in Silverton. This is an authentic gold mine, and the tour includes a train ride and mining demonstrations. The Old 100 Mine Tour runs 7 days a week with hourly tours, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pan for gold and silver as long as you like, and keep what you find. Take a scenic drive north to historic Silverton and the Old 100 Gold Mine Tour.
Inside Durango TV is locally owned and operated.
Visit the scenic town of Silverton and take a Jeep tour through the heart of the majestic San Juan Mountains with San Juan Backcountry Tours. Visitors can get behind the wheel and explore the mountain roads on their own, or sit back on guided tours that take you through the rich history of the area, including the ghost town Animas Forks. You can rent a Jeep, ATV, dirt bike, or we can take you on a guided tour in one of our open-top Suburbans. Enjoy the spectacular scenery from 9,000 feet all the way to 13,000 feet in elevation. The San Juans have many scenic routes and four-wheel drive passes to explore, and our experienced staff can provide maps and suggest the best routes to get you where you want to go. We guarantee you a fun and memorable experience. Come explore the historic sights and beautiful scenery of the San Juan Mountains at San Juan Backcountry Tours. The Sporting News Grill at the new Holiday Inn and Suites of Durango is now open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, featuring a full-service restaurant and bar with 11 HD TVs. It's a great venue for family and sports fanatics alike. The Sporting News Grill. Stop in and let us show you our game face. Inside Durango TV is locally produced by Fast Forward Media.
It's time for rejuvenation with luxurious healing waters, breathtaking views, and lavish spa treatments at the Springs Resort and Spa in Pagosa Springs. Stay at the new Ecolux Hotel and enjoy 24-hour access to our 23 unique pools by the river. Indoors, relax in the hotel and enjoy therapeutic services at the spa. It's time for rejuvenation at the Springs Resort and Spa in Pagosa Springs.
Today, Dad's moving into Sunshine Gardens.
We're all really excited.
You sure are a hit around here. Woo!
And once he's settled in, I'm sure he'll come out of his shell.
I hear they even have a happy hour. How about that?
Yeah. I think he's going to like it here just fine.
You know, honey, I think you're right.
Come check out what's new at the Ute Mountain Casino Hotel and Resort. We now have single and double deck blackjack games. Enjoy our King of the Cage boxing events year-round at our event center. If you're on the go, take a break at the new Ute Mountain Travel Center. With our valet service, you can arrive in style and get right into the action. Visit us for our Saturday prime rib buffet and our seafood buffet on Fridays. With the largest gaming floor in the area, Ute Mountain Casino Hotel and Resort has all the great games you love to play.
Meet Dan and his dog Bongo. They started their own dog biscuit company, but Dan wanted more. So Dan worked with Fast Signs. They created a plan to attract more customers, get more business, wag more tails. Still, Dan wanted more, and Fast Signs provided more. Fast Signs help with digital displays, mobile marketing, merchandising, fleet graphics, and more. Now Dan has more sales, more locations, more of the good life. And more is exactly what Fast Signs delivers. More than fast, more than signs, more than 530 locations worldwide.
Like Inside Durango TV on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
About when we got back is how vital it is to make sure we protect our house, how vital it is to make sure that we go undefeated at home. And this is a football team that we can beat, and it is homecoming and all of the above. I mean, there's a lot of importance on this. Biggest thing is for us to just make sure that we don't get involved, and I've told our football team, you don't get involved in homecoming activities. The only activity you're involved in is this football game and winning this football game, and then afterwards we'll go out and celebrate. But it's crucial that we get a good win.
And is there anything significant or any significant changes you have to make this week to attack them to win the game?
Well, they do a lot of different things. I mean, they stand guys up and move them all over. They're moving all the time. So again, we've gone back and tried to reteach, almost like day one, reteach our rules and make sure that we follow our rules. And regardless of what the play is, if you know the rule, you'll end up blocking the right guy. So don't let them confuse you with all the movement and the things they're going to do, because it's all window dressing. So make sure that you follow your rules. Block, if there's a guy in your gap, block the guy in your gap. And it's pretty simple. So we've gone back and tried to simplify and make things much easier and much more basic for our offensive front.
Any significant injuries this week that you see or that you know of that'll keep somebody out?
Well, as of right now, Amir Diggs would be the one that is not going to be able to play. And of course, Doyle, who's not been able to play for the last couple weeks. So I think Amir's basically it at this point, as far as I know.
Well, Coach, best of luck on homecoming. And I think we're going to come away with a victory this week. I feel confident.
Good.
So,
me too.
Thanks for coming in, and best of luck.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it.
This is Rick O'Block with IDTV.
Welcome back. Excellent interview with Rick O'Block and head coach John Al Smith. The kick went into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback, so it's going to be first down and 10 from the 25.
I have with me Drew Berryhill, number 85, 6'4", 265 tight end
Sir.
for the Skyhawks, and a little bit about you. Where are you from, and how'd you get to Fort Lewis?
I'm from Tucson, Arizona, and I was working out at Costco in Tucson, and I guess my name came up with some of the junior college coaches out there when the Fort Lewis guys were recruiting out there.
And what junior college did you play at, in what position? Were you tight end there also?
Yeah, it was Eastern Arizona College, and I played tight end there as well.
Okay. And Coach Smith came into Costco and started talking to you, and he recruited you?
Actually, it was the receivers coach, Coach Micah Smith, who recruited me, and then actually Coach Smith did come out and visit me out there as well, so that meant a lot to me.
And so how many years of eligibility do you have?
I believe this is my last one.
Last year of eligibility?
Yes, sir.
And how's it going? What's your impression of Durango so far?
Oh, I love Durango so far. It's beautiful out here. It's real laid back and relaxed, and not a lot of stress. I'm able to just focus on school and football out here.
And so you're an exercise science major, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's right.
And then what do you plan on doing with that after you graduate?
Well, after I graduate, I hope to play at the highest level, obviously like the NFL, but I don't know, maybe physical therapist or something along like those lines.
Okay.
I haven't really give too much consideration.
And so one question I have, I'm watching you, and you're a very big man. And I see you catch the ball, and you're running down the field, and these little teeny cornerbacks are trying to tackle you. And what's going through your mind when you see those little guys trying to bring a big guy like you down?
Well, to be honest with you, a lot of times, like I don't see them until, they're right on me. So I'm either going to try to outrun them or run them over or do whatever it takes. But my main goal is when I get the ball, just get downfield and try to score every time I touch it.
You had a big touchdown last week.
I had a couple.
Outran the linebacker, I think, downfield.
Yeah.
Actually pulled away from him.
Yeah, it felt good.
All right, so what are your goals for this year?
My goal is just to keep getting better, keep working on my technique. Before here, like I said, I was off for 2 years out of football. So I'm really working on getting my technique back, getting my footwork back, and just improving as a player and helping my team the best way I can.
A big game today. You play Colorado Mesa University.
Right.
And it's homecoming. Does that mean anything special for you?
Well, it's just another game. Take it one day at a time. Can't look ahead to the game after this one. Just focusing on them and doing everything we can to beat them, protect our home.
All right. Well, that's Drew Berryhill. And watch him this Saturday for homecoming, number 85. Best of luck.
Thank you.
And stay healthy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, this is Rico Block with IDTV. I have with me Coach Smith. And Coach, real quick about last week. A little bit of a struggle.
Wide open, just running the seam pattern right up the middle, Rick. Nobody picks him up. And the Colorado Mesa Mavericks strike first.
They do, and I believe that number 12, Terry Perkins for Fort Lewis, was responsible for that coverage. And boy, that was a quick start to a very impressive drive, opening drive for Colorado Mesa University as they go up 6-0, 12:58 in the first quarter.
Tanner Donahue for the extra point try. It's up. Looked kind of wide, but it goes right through. 7-0 is your score. 12:58 left in the first quarter. And we'll be right back on Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango. Seven to 0 is your score. Colorado Mesa strikes first on a seam pass. Pat completed to number 83, Neville. That was about a 32-yard touchdown pass, and now the Mavericks will kick off deep for Lewis, and the first time deep for the Skyhawks is number 23, the tight end, Jordan Van Vliet.
Well, we interviewed him earlier in the year, a nice kid from Paonia, Colorado, and hopefully he'll be able to break a return here and get some good starting field position for Fort Lewis. It's going to be returnable for sure.
Van Vliet will catch it around the 10, 15, 20. And he's brought down immediately, so we'll take another break. Be right back with Sports Stop 9:30 a.m. ESPN Radio for the Four Corners in Durango.
stands of Ray Dennison Memorial Field. Soft drinks, hot dogs, nachos, popcorn, and other snacks all are available, with proceeds benefiting the Fort Lewis College women's lacrosse team.
Shotgun formation for the Skyhawks. Handoff to number 3. That's Amory Duncan. And he's going to
go. And it seemed like the offense just couldn't contain the pressure that was presented by Colorado School of Mines.
Definitely offensively, we did not handle it well. And they brought a lot of pressure. And then once they had success with that pressure, they continued to bring the pressure. But overall, as a team, not just offensively, defensively, I spoke with our guys, and I felt like it was actually the first game that we didn't play with the abandon and the effort that we really need to play with. That was the most disheartening thing for me. Not necessarily how the offense played or the defense played. It was just the amount of effort that we played the game with, because we hadn't played that poorly before, or with that little amount of effort before. So that was something that we addressed and have addressed this week, and we want to make sure we get that corrected.
What do you attribute that to? Was it the long bus ride? Was it just...
You know, I don't know, and I spoke to our team about that. You know, is it at the breakdown, the bus broke down, and we have to sit there for a couple extra hours, and we don't get to go out and do our normal workout to try to get the bus out of us? I said, we can attribute it to anything you want. We can use all of these excuses that you want, but the only excuse is you have to look internally and say, I'm going to play with better effort. And as a football team, if we'll do that, then we'll be okay.
Drew Berryhill had a big game,
Big
though,
game.
And he played really well, had some great catches, 2 touchdowns, and so that had to be a bright spot for you.
It was very bright, and again, good to go to him. We've tried to design more because he's a big target, you know, and it's a lot easier as a quarterback thrown to a big target than it is a little target, without a doubt. So that part was good, and then what he does with the ball afterwards is exceptional, because he's a big guy that can run, and he'll run over guys and he'll run away from guys. So it was good to see him get involved more. We need to involve him more in the passing game. Also, Drew, as I keep kicking him in the tail about working more on his blocking and becoming a better blocker and things like that, but he can really get down the field, catch the ball, and do things after he catches the ball. Just the other things we have to work on.
And he has soft hands. I mean, he was catching some tough passes.
Yeah, he's got great hands.
And speed for a big guy.
Big guy, you know, he's very athletic. And, you know, he can dunk a basketball any way you want. And so he does a lot of good things.
So let's talk about this week. It's homecoming. So far, one of your goals, I know when we talked earlier, was being undefeated at home.
Right.
2-0 so far. Homecoming, obviously, going to be a big crowd. How important is this game to the team and the psyche after what happened last week?
Well, again, it's vital that we rebound, you know, and that's the first thing I talk to the team about.
5 for the Mavericks. They come in with maroon helmets, gold on top of their shoulder pads with the white jersey, gold pants, an accent in gold as well. And Fort Lewis in their Vegas gold helmets, navy blue top and bottoms. Quick pass out to number 11. That's complete to Lanequist. He is one of their best receivers, Rick, and that brings up 2nd down and 5.
He is. That was just a little screen pass, a little short pass off to the far side of the field. Nice pickup, about 5 yards. And we said this in a pregame, Colorado Mesa is primarily a running team, so to start off with a pass is a little bit unusual for them. I don't anticipate that to continue through the day.
Kaiser, 3-step drop. He's going to throw it out to his running back. That's number 32 with a nice jump move to avoid a tackle, and that's going to bring up a short 3rd down for the Mavericks.
I think they're going to give him the 1st down. That was a pretty generous spot.
It really was.
They're barely got 10 yards in that. It's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 35-yard line. And talking with the coaches today before the game, they all felt very well prepared. The players feel prepared, and they think they're going to bring it to them today for a victory.
So the running back, Similino, gets the 1st down. There's a fake handoff to Similino, thrown intended for the tight end, number 45, and he caught it and dropped it. That's Drew Holder. Great, excellent play on the defensive side for Fort Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, Matthew Morrow did a great job there. He's playing safety and tight end release, and he came down the middle of the field, and number 14 for Fort Lewis, Matthew Morrow, broke that play up. That was a great play by him. Brings up 2nd down and long.
2 tight ends set to the far side of the field. There's a snap. Handoff to number 32, the running back. And he's going to gain 6 yards, so it brings up a short, manageable 3rd down for the Mavericks, 3rd down and 4.
Well, that's Jake Simolito, and he's their key to the game today. He's 3rd in the RMAC in rushing, and that was one of the keys when we spoke pregame, was stopping the run today, and he's the key to do that.
Fake handoff to Simolino. The quarterback rolls out. Then he's going to find Simolino to the far part of the field all alone. Again, he has a nice jump over the defender for Fort Lewis to miss the tackle, and he picks up the 1st down and about 26 yards. So that'll move the chains. 1st down and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Now, that was obviously missed coverage, and what happened is that Simolito just sort of moseyed out to the far side of the field and nobody was on him. The quarterback rolled out to the opposite side and threw a pass to him for a big gainer.
Low snap to the quarterback. He finds 83 wide open, and that's going to be a touchdown. Number 83, Nate Neville.